Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. Today it's time for the biggest game in club football, the UEFA Champions League final. This year's edition, the 2024 edition, featuring Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. Real Madrid, obviously the most successful side in Champions League history. Borussia Dortmund looking for their first title since the 90s. Of course, their most recent final came in 2013 at Wembley, which is the host for tonight's final. A perfect chance to get revenge. Harry, are you excited for tonight's game?
Yeah, this will be absolutely brilliant. As you say, Real Madrid gunning for another UCL title. Dortmund, they're going to give it their best shot. It's Royce's last dance. It'll be so poetic for such a legend to end on a high, but we know what stands in their way. We know the quality that Real Madrid possess. Overall, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a competitive game. We know Dortmund, yes, they're the underdogs, but they will not roll over tonight. They are here to give it their best shot. They will push Real Madrid. This will not be easy for Madrid, and I think overall it's going to be a very, very good game in front of a packed out Wembley.
Yeah, indeed. You mentioned there Marco Reus. I think tonight's a chance to really cement his legacy, because I think if you look back at his time, he's always been a player who's given everything, and I think he'll always be considered a bit of a cult hero. But could you really put him in the conversation with Lars Ricken and with Sammer when he's not won a Champions League title, when they've only claimed one Bundesliga title with him at the club? I think tonight's a big chance for him to actually bring some silverware back to Dortmund and actually claim their second ever Champions League title. On the other hand, Real Madrid looking for Champions League number 15. They're very good, aren't they, in this competition? They've won a lot very recently. Obviously, the Zidane treble came only 6 years ago now. I think was the last, or maybe the second. It's not been very long at all. And obviously, they won the year before last in 2022. So they're very successful, a very successful side. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight. Dortmund definitely come as the underdogs, but that could benefit them, and we have no idea how they're going to play this evening. Dortmund this season have been terrible in the league, but there's something about Terzic and knockout competitions. It just clicks. It just works. He was brilliant in the PSG game, coached that superbly, and the players executed exactly what he asked of them. They can do that tonight. If they can put together a game plan that nullifies the threats of Real Madrid and then finds some sort of advantage to get them a goal, there's a chance for Dortmund tonight. I don't think they're out of this game automatically. I think Dortmund are very good, and I think they could give them a good game here.
And this is why we love finals, because it doesn't matter what form you're in. It doesn't matter how you performed in the season. You have 90 minutes to win a trophy or not. If Dortmund turn up and play at their very best for that 90 minutes, then they will have a very good chance of winning tonight. However, Real Madrid, they've done it before. They've done it 14 times. Ancelotti's done it before several times. They're a team that know what it takes. They're a very experienced side. They're a very, very good side. Dortmund, I mean, they haven't got the same quality as Real Madrid. They haven't got the same experience, but they've got fight, and they could bring that. Maybe it's something new is what is needed to stop Real Madrid. Real Madrid never lost a UCL final. Can Dortmund be the first to beat them? Who knows? Yeah,
I think you should point out there, Real Madrid are clearly the favourites. Would be stupid to avoid saying that. They are the strongest side. They are going to be the favourites this one. They know what it takes. And Carlo Ancelotti, the manager, has more Champions League titles, I believe, than any team other than Real Madrid. Or at least he could do if they win this evening. It's very close, I think, between him and AC Milan, who, of course, he won Champions League titles with. So it's I think obviously everything points towards Real Madrid being the favourites. Everything points towards them winning tonight, but football works in mysterious ways. I think if you were asked to predict the other two European finals, unless you were me on both cases because I nailed it, you would have gone Fiorentina to beat Olympiacos, and you'd have said Atalanta to lose. You said Bayer Leverkusen to beat Atalanta. So I definitely think you can make a case that football, and in football anything can happen, and Dortmund may well take the win tonight.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. And as you say, we've already seen upsets in finals at the end of this season, so who knows? I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. But for Dortmund tonight, it is going to be that typical final feeling where you get to the first 5 minutes, get through it, then 10, then 15. They'll have their markers. They'll have their game plan. Imperative that they do not concede early. If they concede early, then that will be game over. Let's be honest. If Real Madrid take a 1-goal or 2-goal lead tonight, they will win the Champions League. Simple as that. For Dortmund, if they can hold out 0-0 at half time, that's a win in their eyes. take us to extra time, who knows? Nick a goal in normal time. You never know what's going to happen. Dortmund have got the players. Well, if you get them one-on-one against Courtois, or you give them a good opportunity, they will take it. You never know what's going to happen on the pitch. Anything can happen. Things can change very quickly. For Dortmund, there's time. There's time for them to get this right tonight. They might not. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I think that as you say, anything can happen. It's a Champions League final. Let's get into tonight's lineups then. Now, of course, we are at Wembley, the home of English football and the host of tonight's Champions League final. The designated home side, a Borussia Dortmund lineup as follows. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Terzic's team. In goal, the Swiss shot stopper Gregor Kobel, a back four of Julian Ryerson, Mats Hummels, Schlotterbeck and Ian Martson. In the pivot, it's captain Emre Can alongside Marcel Sabitzer. An attacking three of Sancho, Brandt and Karim Adeyemi, and leading the line, Niklas Füllkrug. Some interesting decisions in here. One, of course, playing Marcel Sabitzer in a slightly deeper role. We've seen him play a little further forward this season and really excel in that role. Do you understand the decision to drop him deeper to accommodate all that attacking talent in the attack?
Yeah, I think so. As you say, that talent that Dortmund possess in their front line is absolutely pivotal today, because you need your best players up there, because if they're the ones that are going to find you the goals against the run of play, they're the ones that are going to find you a goal out of absolutely nothing. But, I look at this team, I find it quite amusing. I look at players like Sancho, Sabitzer, Martson, who are all three at United and Chelsea respectively last season, now find themselves playing in a Champions League final. It's absolutely incredible.
Martson was at Burnley last season.
Well, exactly. Into that. And, this is a big game for a lot of players. But again, they can look Kobel. He's been phenomenal in the Champions League. He's going to have to be in top form once again. Matt Hummels, leader at the back. He has got to keep things organised. He's got to keep that defence on their toes and ready for anything. And then, as you say, that front four possessing a lot of talent, a lot of ability. And if they get chances tonight, they have to take them.
Yeah, I think Dortmund will come into this with confidence. I heard Matt Hummels speaking in the week, and he sounded almost arrogant when he was talking about how he deserves to be in the Germany squad. He was rightfully frustrated, I think, that he wasn't picked, because he has been, I would say, one of the best centre-halves Germany has. I mean, they've got to a Champions League final, Borussia Dortmund, and a lot of that is due to his leadership. So I do think it's harsh for him to be denied the opportunity to play in his home tournament, but that's Nagelsmann's choice. Anyway, let's have a look then at the Real Madrid side. Now, I'm sure you guys could guess it, but we're going to go through it anyway. It's a 4-3-1-2. In goal, Thibaut Courtois comes back into the side, his first Champions League appearance of the season. In the back four, Carvajal, Rudiger, captain Nacho Fernandez, and Ferland Mendy. In the midfield three, it's Valverde, Camavinga and Toni Kroos. Attacking midfield, Jude Bellingham, and a front two of Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. Now again, this could look like their 4-3-1-2 like they've used in the league. It could look like the 4-4-2 they've played often in the Champions League, where Valverde and Rodrigo operates the wingers and then Bellingham plays just off of Vinicius. For me, the big question is, do you agree with Ancelotti's decision to bench Andre Lunin, despite the fact he's played every game in this tournament? Or do you think that Courtois deserves...
Well, it's a weird scenario, isn't it? Because apparently, obviously, he said, and Lunin came out a couple of days ago, and it was said that he was injured and couldn't play. That's cool. That is a big coincidence for me. And you have to feel for the man. Because either he is so unlucky and has got injured, or he has been absolutely robbed by a chance by Ancelotti. Lunin has been absolutely phenomenal all tournament.
Yeah.
And as I say, if he's been injured, that is so unlucky and you've got to feel for him. If he's been benched, then that is poor management from Ancelotti. That is horrible, really. Really horrible if he has benched him with no reason. It's disappointing, albeit though Courtois is a very, very good goalkeeper. He can make big saves in this game. But either way, I think either goalkeeper would have been absolutely fine to start.
That's the thing. I think it's harsh, but I understand the decision from a management perspective, because Courtois, as we saw in last year's 2022 final, can make a huge difference. My caveat would be, I don't, as to why I don't think they would lie about him being injured, is that he has reportedly claimed that he will leave the club if he isn't playing in the Champions League final. So I don't know. I find it would be very bizarre not to let him have the game, because he has been phenomenal throughout this season. He was so good in that game against Bayern Munich. He made some really crucial saves, and to rob him of the chance of playing a Champions League final would be cruel. And I don't think they'd do that, but I'm not sure. Maybe they have. I think it's harsh. I don't know what injury means you're able to still be on the bench. For me, that's an odd option, odd to call. But Courtois, as you say, the best goalkeeper in the world, I think you can make a strong case for. And yeah, so it's understandable in that regard.
Rest of the team is world class. Honestly,
the whole Real side is, isn't it?
It's absolutely ridiculous. The quality in that squad is ridiculous.
You don't even have Mbappe yet.
Sometimes though, and I always say this: football games aren't just won on your ability; they're won on how much you care, how hard you work, how much you fight for your team. And that is how Dortmund could get success today. If they outwork Real Madrid, if they win every battle, win every 50-50, first to the ball at every loose pass. That's how Dortmund can win today. If they bring intensity and they bring fight and they can better the aggression that Real Madrid will bring. That's easier said than done though, because Jude Bellingham could just pick the ball up and smash it home.
Yeah, Knick-Knack, by the way, welcome to the stream, saying hi lads, good to see you, Knick-Knack. Let's get in some predictions then. The Champions League trophy being brought out onto the field by Zinedine Zidane.
He's alive. I haven't seen him since his 3P.
I was going to say, I'm not a massive fan of his attire tonight though, with going for the black top, white trousers combo.
A navy jacket
with
cream trousers is not what I thought he'd gone for. But
got to go all
same
colour, surely.
A black and yellow trophy or a white trophy end of tonight?
Honestly, wrapped in both colours, both teams' colours tonight.
Speaking of my friend Mate Chan, gets to lead out a team in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Who would have thought we'd be saying that sentence when he was at Liverpool a few years ago?
I don't think many people would have expected him to play 2 Champions League finals and potentially lose Real Madrid in both of them.
Also, is that Nacho? No offence to the quality of the Champions League final, right? We've got Nacho Fernandez and Emre Can
up against
leading outside.
It's worth saying as well, Nacho Fernandez though, I know a lot of people often disrespect him, but this would be his 6th Champions League title.
It's incredible. He's a servant. That's what he is. He's a servant.
That's unprecedented.
And you have to respect that.
How many people have 6 Champions League titles? Not many. Not many players out there.
But that's what he does. He gives his all for his team. He'll cover right back, left back, centre half. He works hard no matter where he is, and that is why he's won so many. But look at this. Wembley is absolutely packed. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Look at it's like
Dortmund forming their yellow wall, and now the tifo will be unveiled before kick-off.
It's incredible. Real Madrid up the other end as well with a nice little sign, but
this looks like the Real Madrid badge, so I'm very intrigued to see what Dortmund have come up here. Because they've got like the royal crest, of course, that's on top of the Real Madrid badge, but they have put the Dortmund badge in it.
Look at this. What a spectacle. Wembley, one of the best stadiums in the world, has to be said, and that is why it hosts games like these.
Yeah, Harry, welcome to the stream. Just reminding us he is now a member for 16 months.
Wow.
Incredible stuff, Harry. Thank you. Saying 16 going strong. Come on, Dortmund, indeed. Here we go. The last game of the domestic football calendar. The most important game with the biggest prize on offer. Harry, what is your prediction for this evening's match?
It's a tough one. I have no bias into this, but I do have to agree with Harry there. I think everyone has, unless you're a Real Madrid fan, I think everyone has a tiny bit of them that wants Dortmund to win because it's the underdog story. And who doesn't love Marco Reus? Come on, man. We all want to see him win it in his last game for Dortmund. But yeah, as much as I prefer to see a fairy tale, as much as I would feel more for Dortmund to be able to win it, I just don't see it happening. I think Real Madrid have got this in the bag. Knick-Knack's gone 2-1, so I'm going to go 3-1 Real Madrid. I think they'll take the lead early on through Jude Bellingham. Dortmund will equalise just before half-time through Jadon Sancho, but in the second half, Real Madrid will just have too much, and it'll be goals from Vinicius Jr. and Nacho Fernandez to crown Real Madrid champions of Europe for the 15th time.
Yeah, I follow a similar line of thinking. As I say, with the last 2 finals, I've successfully predicted upsets in both the Europa League and Conference League final. Yeah. However, I'm not sure I can predict that this evening, unfortunately. I think Real are just too strong. I will say 1-0 Real Madrid. It's not going to be a big margin. The Champions League final never is. If you look at the last 5 Champions League finals, they've all had 1 goal in it, I think. If Chelsea 1-0, it was obviously 1-0 Real Madrid against Liverpool. It was 1-0 in last year's final. They tend to go that way, so I think that's how tonight will go. And I'll say a goal from Jude Bellingham in the 88th minute against his former side to win a Champions League title for Real Madrid. That is my prediction. I think Dortmund will defend valiantly for 88 minutes and then succumb at the last to a Jude Bellingham header. Caught like a free kick, deep free kick, lifted into the box, heads it over Kobel.
That's horrible.
And I'll be very interested to see whether he celebrates it or not. But here we go. Nick-Nack copying Harry's message of 15 going strong, though. Come on, Dortmund. Love to see it. Chelsea fan, welcome to the stream as well. Good to see you. And Nick-Nack said he'll dish out free subs every time an Englishman scores. So look out for Jude Bellingham tonight and look out for Jadon Sancho tonight.
I've turned off gifts then.
Yeah, we get gifted it again. That'd be very annoying. But yeah, Gary Boys and welcome to the stream as well, saying hello, boys. Chelsea fan says, let's do this. Let us indeed do this. Caden says, I think Real Madrid will win it 3-2, but I want Dortmund to win the Champions League. If Dortmund win it, it'll be a 2-1 Dortmund win. But yeah, good to see so many people hopping in chat. This is what we want to see with Euros coming up. A stream for every single game. This is what we want to see in live chat. So thanks everyone that is tuning in. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. Love a Champions League final. They're always an incredible spectacle. And I think tonight, they're not being an English side makes it more interesting because it is a bit more neutral from my perspective. If I watch Man City in a Champions League final, I'm quite actively supporting whoever they're playing against, unless it's Arsenal. So I do think there is a difference there.
And look at this. This is very interesting. I love the psychological value that Borussia Dortmund running into the Real Madrid half to go and clap their fans. I like that. That is something we don't see usually. That's quite smart. But it also psychologically, players like Jadon Sancho haven't played on this pitch since the Euro 2020 heartbreak where he missed his penalty. But he was talking about that in the media during the week. He has got over that. Dortmund are turning up tonight with a clear head, clearly showing they're up for the fight. They're going to give it their best for 90 minutes. Let's see what happens.
And we're underway. Savitzer knocking it back to Nico Schlotterbeck to get us started here at Wembley. The 2024 Champions League final. Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid. Who will emerge as champions? Schlotterbeck on the ball now. We're saying everyone in chat predicting 2-1 Real Madrid tonight. Chelsea fan copying that prediction. Harry going there as well. Gary, though, saying 3-2 Dortmund. That's the kind of individuality we love.
Caden sat on the fence.
He's gone for both. He wins either way.
Cover each result.
Oh, and there's a pitch invader already. 30 seconds in. Who's that guy?
What a way to ruin it, eh? I don't know.
This is the problem when you host a Champions League final at Wembley.
Yeah.
Is you get dickheads like that.
Even when there's not any... The English always ruin it, don't we? That's what we're good at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got if this guy to be dealt with.
Watchalong, bang,
Yeah,
he knocks him out. Pitch invader's gone. That's dealt with. But yeah. Fuming.
Well, great start. Really good minute. How do you judge the first minute of the Champions League final?
It was a tight one.
Yeah.
Very even. Dortmund had all the possession really though, so I think they're dominating at the moment. 100% of the ball.
Wow.
But Real haven't even touched it.
It's incredible.
They're getting played off the park here. Not even touched the ball yet. But yeah.
What's going on? How is this person like just dodging stewards or something? Because they still haven't got them off.
He's going around in circles.
What?
The problem is I can't imagine he's going down. I can't imagine he's... I imagine he's resisting, sorry.
What's a protester, probably, would be my best guess.
Yeah, he's probably handcuffed himself to the police officer.
Yeah. I hope I haven't done that.
The steward's got to drag them out.
But yeah, we're still waiting.
They've not quite got to the goal post.
Absolute pillock to get off the pitch. And then we can get the Champions League final back underway. What an anticlimactic start.
Yeah. My guess is that's a bloke from UEFA. That's a ploy from UEFA to make sure they get added time, just to make it, the TV go on slightly longer.
And now turns at Champions. Oh no, and Schlotty's getting in the ear of the fourth official. Make sure that the referee's
come on, ref. Did you not see that tackle in the first minute? Gotta be on the game.
Yeah, Dortmund fans up for this tonight. Look at that, it's incredible. It is. This is what the Dortmund fans do. They make it look like home games. And now we are going to get back underway here at Wembley.
Apparently there was more than one. There was 3 different pitch invaders.
That would be almost blocked.
Yeah, because one will run on. I did like a Real Madrid fan there. I didn't pick up on it at the time. There's a Real Madrid fan mocking that he was going to run on there. Yeah. All the fans seem to enjoy that. Anyway, Real with possession now, but there is a foul in there, and that'll be pulled back for a Real Madrid free kick. They're taking it quickly, but Bellingham isn't getting up to his feet, but Real Madrid will move it to this left-hand side.
Big show of intensity there from Dortmund.
Vinicius has taken it past Ryerson, skips past Hummels. Hummels done enough to see him wide. That looked to still be in play, but it's not, and that will be a
and that's the difference between experience there. Ryerson dives in, gets sent to the shops. Hummels stands Vinny up, sees him out for a throw.
Yeah, Vinny tries to knock it past him, doesn't quite come off. But yeah, Vinicius Jr. trying to get the Real Madrid end going there.
But players like Ryerson, this is completely different environment for him. Just need a few minutes to calm down. He's got a tough job to do tonight. It's probably the hardest job on the pitch, marking Vinicius Junior. But he's got to do it. He's got to do a good job.
I love the scenery of the Dortmund end. That black and yellow is so vivid.
Yeah.
Especially the yellow. The Real Madrid white gets lost because it's obviously white. And so,
I mean,
anyone in there that's not wearing white stands out quite
imagine if we had got the De Classica at Wembley. That would be absolutely incredible. One half red, one half in the black and yellow.
It would be a throwback to 11 years ago, of course. And that would have been quite
But no, Real Hostler had to ruin it.
Hostler had other ideas.
Wait until he gets on the pitch. That's when we get excited.
Here's Camavinga. Cross now to Antonio Rudiger. Gary says Vinicius sounds like a Roman name you'd read in a classics textbook. Very true. Emperor Vinicius. Here's Nacho. Real Madrid happy to hold on to possession and just settle into this final. Here's Vinicius Junior now, and Bellingham makes that run down the line. Vinicius looked like he might try and execute that ball, but he'll switch the play instead. Carvajal brings it down, finds Rodrigo. Rodrigo tries to get it back to Carvajal and does. Adeyemi gets in front of it and then stops it going out for a corner well. Flicked on by Sabitzer. It's Brandt who tries to meet it in the air. Here's Karim Adeyemi. Unable to bring that forward as it's knocked out of play by Dani Carvajal. So that will be a Dortmund throw. Okay, so it's good to see Watford colours on display on a night like this.
Imagine we were, say, watching Watford Real Madrid in the Champions League final. That's like FIFA. FIFA career mode.
Yeah. The current Watford team, that would be double digits.
Tom Cleverley against Carlo.
The last time Watford were at Wembley, it wasn't exactly
Good
pretty.
chance here.
Sabitzer delivers it, headed away by Rudiger.
Yeah, you're not going to win an aerial duel today.
Bellingham will keep it alive. Now here's Sabitzer. Sancho. Ryerson now tries to cross it, blocked by Ferland Mendy, and that will be a Dortmund corner.
But it's the reaction not only from the players on the pitch from winning a corner, but the fans. There's about 3 blokes with megaphones at the front, and this is orchestrating a crowd at a neutral venue. It's incredible.
Well, they're attacking the Dortmund end in these early stages. Yeah. This is where Dortmund could get that advantage in this situation where the pressure's going to be on Real Madrid here. If Dortmund can rack up a couple corners or something. And Dortmund whipping that ball in, looking for players like Mats Hummels, it can quickly become quite intimidating for a side in Real Madrid who aren't used to that. Brandt ball in, flicked on, but it's cleared away by Toni Kroos as nobody for Dortmund is alert to it. Full Krug heads it forward, but that's in
Schlotterbeck arriving onto the flick on. If Kroos didn't get there, could have been dangerous.
Yeah, Caden, as I was saying, last time Wembley we lost 6-0 to City in an FA Cup final. Yeah, we'd be double that now.
Yeah.
Here is Rudiger.
But a good first 5 from Dortmund. They've settled down quite nicely.
Drills it across into Vinicius Junior. Holds off Ryerson well, and then it's one back. Sabitzer tries to go down the line, comes off Mendy. Vinicius complaining.
That's what Ryerson's got to do every time. Just stand him up and then take the ball off him. He's going to go to ground easily, so don't dive in. Because as soon as you dive in against Vinicius Junior, either he's going to skip past you, or you're going to bring him down, or he'll con the referee. Just stand him up and be smart about it. And Dortmund showing they're happy to play under pressure.
Hummels. Now Kobel. And that comes off of Rodrigo, and that drops for Bellingham, but he can't keep it in touch.
Off for Kobel. Got to be careful. That ball could have, kicks it into Rodrigo. That ball could have gone absolutely anywhere. Can't afford to have too many of those tonight.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Because it could have fell much more, fortunately, for Madrid. Fulkrog
wins it in the air.
His aerial presence out there is massive help tonight. They've got someone to aim for. Especially when up against Toni Rudiger.
Here is Nico Schlotterbeck. Goes to Brandt and now Chan. Carrying it forwards. Fulkrug tries to slip it through for Adeyemi, not quite coming off, and Camavinga heads it back.
I felt like everything got very narrow there for Dortmund all of a sudden. Fulkrug received. Chan drove through, played it directly forward past to Fulkrug, who turned, and Klein had 3 options right in front of him that were all very, very narrow.
Yeah. Here's Rudiger. And now Real Madrid just going to slow it down. But it has been a very high tempo start to this game, as we would expect. They are going to try and dictate this tempo.
100%, because at the moment Dortmund are getting on the ball quite frequently, but if Real have a really good period of 5-10 minutes where they dominate the possession, they will take control of this final. That's
Ball
what Dortmund
lifted
can't
over the
allow.
top. Bellingham flicks it on, but that will bounce through to Gregor Kobel, who claims it
And
comfortably.
they also can't allow Matt Hummels to lose too many headers in there, because if that had gone to Vinicius Junior, he had a good chance there.
Here's Nico Schlotterbeck.
Oh, he's taking
Under
his time
pressure from Vinicius. Martson tries to go back to his goalkeeper and does, and that's cleared forward by Gregor Kobel. Header one by Carvajal allows Real to keep the pressure on, but it's headed back the other way by Schlotterbeck. Carvajal, it's a game of headers at the moment. Put in the air by Valverde, and now Schlotterbeck sends it back. Savitzer jostling with Nacho, and he does well there. Savitzer tries to head it towards Füllkrug, perhaps going the wrong way there as Rudiger heads it away. Carvajal.
I think Dortmund don't mind Messi. Dortmund can play Messi football. They can play scrappy, games of headers. They don't mind that.
Real Madrid really don't like Messi, though.
No.
Much more Ronaldo fans.
Really.
Valverde. Camavinga.
Because if the play is messy and scrappy, it means Real Madrid don't have control. And when Real Madrid don't have control, they don't like it.
Exactly. Here's Nacho Fernandez. Now Mendy. Nacho. Back now to goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. Rudiger.
So this is what Real want. They want to have time on the ball, play it between themselves, and eventually work through. 10 minutes played already. Goes so fast in games like this, and denied there through was Valverde. Referee waves play on. Good decision again. Too soft in there, and that's good refereeing from Vincic, because he knows players like Schlotterbeck and Hummels, they're going to get stuck in tonight. And nothing in that, Valverde runs into him.
Yeah.
But Schlotterbeck knows what he's doing. He's stopped still because he wants Valverde to feel that nudge. Although I don't know what he's done there.
Schlotterbeck is under pressure and he's poked it towards Ian Martson, but that will go out of play. He just held on to it way too long there. Dortmund, 57% of the poll in chat, by the way. So They are taking favour in there. 43% going Real Madrid. Feel free to have your say by voting in the poll in chat. Did look like a block to me, says Nick Knack. I don't know.
I think the thing is that I don't think Valverde would have got round Schlotterbeck to get to the ball. But I don't think it was necessarily impeding him.
It didn't look massively deliberate from Schlotterbeck. Whether he's just a great actor, I'm not sure, but... Mendy. Vinicius. Now back into Toni Kroos. Lovely switch of the play again, looking for Carvajal, who had it on here.
Out there.
Well, Martin had to offer some sort of challenge to Carvajal.
Yeah, he didn't do
Valverde,
really.
Bellingham, Valverde takes aim, but he gets under that one.
Well, they can watch Valverde do that all night long. Dortmund just got under it, leant back, bit of adrenaline running through as well in a game like this.
Yeah.
But better football for Real Madrid.
60% possession so far for Madrid. They are in control here, Real.
It's what they do. It's what they want. It's what they do. And that's how they win football games. Dortmund just got to hang in there.
Yeah, I think if Dortmund have 2% of the ball, it won't matter as long as they get the scoreline 1-0.
Exactly.
Ball long from Gregor Kobel. Füllkrug tries to head it on. Nacho. Here's Camavinga. Finds Bellingham in the pocket. Now wide into Vinicius Junior. His touch takes him forwards, and Ryerson got caught out again, but Hummels comes across and deals with it.
But again, I like that. As soon as Vinny gets alongside, he's leaning into him, putting him off.
Yeah.
Just giving him that, because that's the one he can beat.
Savitzer into Sancho, and Sancho tripped up by Camavinga here, and as you said, that could be an early yellow card.
Should be.
Would be fortunate to avoid going in the book.
Soft referee.
Because there is no intention to win the ball.
But he set the that has set the time though. He's got to let it run now. If you usually in finals you want to put.
I'm very surprised that's not a yellow, because Camavinga there is denying an attack, a breakaway. Because Sancho, if he gets past Camavinga there, has a lot of space and an overload.
Lucky
so
boy.
I don't really understand the decision.
Being a midfielder
not go for
in a Champions League final, a yellow card for 77 minutes is a difficult job to do.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a great start to this final. Yeah, I love a Champions League final, but I think these two teams will put on a good show
High
today.
High energy.
Ball forward, Fulkrug in behind here, and he brings that down. Whether he's onside is another matter, but he'll cut it back for Brandt. Chance now for Dortmund, but he pokes it wide. And I think now the flag will go up.
Yeah, it was that nudge in the back that put him off. It was really smart defending. Was it Danny Carvalho? Good foot. Was Fulkrug off? No, he wasn't. So it would have counted. No, he really good playing him on. Great.
Looked like his foot was
cut
slightly
back, and this nudge there from Carvalho. That's super. That's expert defending because he knows he's not gonna. Doesn't foul him. Just puts him off. Causes him an issue, pokes it wide.
Yeah, and that combined with Nacho's body positioning, forcing him to place that shot wide.
But yeah, just on to how good start it's been and high energy. Do you think the fact that Real Madrid are playing against because if this was Real City, Real would be playing much more safe, much more defensive. But because it's Dortmund, that makes Real come out of their shell, which then in turn means it's going to be more of an exciting game.
Yeah, exactly. They're able to express themselves a little bit more. It means they can come forward without that fear of being opened up on the counter, that fear of being outnumbered and overloaded. So I think that's definitely true. I think, as we've seen, whenever Real play City, though, it can become really open because neither side's going to get any clear opportunities. Vinicius having a shot there, but it's not going to challenge anyone, really.
Yeah, got to be careful, though, because if you give Vinicius Junior that yard, he is going to shoot. And that one, though, on his left foot, not troubling anyone. Yeah, I think it might have been very slightly off. I think it would have been close if it had gone in. And fine margins like that can decide games like these. But yeah, 15 minutes through already. Time is flying by. Long ball sent forward. Can it be brought down by Sancho? Not quite. Good defending from Ferland Mendy, who fires it back at Courtois, who brings it down though with a very, very good first touch.
Yeah, here's Rudiger. Kane says the first Champions League final of the last years without any police clashing with fans. True, obviously we know there was an increased police presence in and around Wembley Stadium. I think
England threw millions.
I was going to say quite a lot of money.
Threw millions of pounds at it after the whole Euro 2020 debacle.
Yeah, also if you consider the fan bases that are here, Dortmund are very passionate fan base, but very respectful fan base,
and smashing up their own country.
Exactly. For some reason. But you look at last year and Real Madrid and Inter in Istanbul. City and Inter in Istanbul. It's always going to be a bit of a emotionally charged atmosphere. Inter fans are very passionate and we know the culture of Italian football, especially in a country in Istanbul where there is increased stuff like that.
The year before that was obviously in Paris, wasn't it?
Yes, where there was an issue with the turnstiles and then Liverpool fans were still trying to get through and they couldn't. And
so the French police bottled it.
It was weird, yeah. The police obviously then putting up, started throwing tear gas and stuff at crowds of people.
Well, luckily, the British police have sorted it out. Go on, us. Look at us go.
No one expected that.
We're the good ones.
I don't think I've ever seen the British police labelled as competent before, let alone having done a good job. Schlotterbeck, back to Kobel. Mats Hummels. Have to go back to Kobel there.
I hate those ones from the pass back to the goalkeeper. And the ball is going goalwards, but the goalkeeper's body isn't in line with the goal. Because if he misses that goes over his foot, or he puts his foot up, the ball goes under his foot. That's a goal, and it's horrible.
Savitzer, Ryerson. This is really good stuff from Dortmund, trying to find Sancho. Fantastic interception from Ferland Mendy. And now Real will look to switch the focus of this play. Looks like right on Carvajal there, though. But Carvajal turns him well.
Rodrigo and Vinicius look like they've swapped, by the way. So Rodrigo now coming down the left-hand side.
Yes, it does look that way.
Against Ryerson, who's done a good job so far. Now
it does seem to be a bit more of a traditional front three tonight, with Valverde operating as a right winger. Yeah. Obviously, it started with Rodrigo through the middle, but now that's Vinicius and Bellingham playing in midfield with Camavinga and Toni Kroos. And obviously, when they go into attack, Valverde becomes one of the eights. Carvajal flies forward, and Ferland Mendy sits in a little deeper.
Oh no, I'm not sure.
That's a soft one.
So there's another soft one from the referee. And who was it? I think it was someone's coming to win the ball and they've slightly caught Bellingham there. And the referee took his time to make the decision. It was great damage from Vinicius Junior. So Bitzer steps in.
No.
Oh, never.
Soft
never.
One. Very, very soft one.
He wins the ball fairly, and then just as he steps over Bellingham to get to the ball, he lightly grazes him with his studs. Very accidental. Not a foul. unlucky there for Dortmund because they could have done something good with that possession that they won back.
Yeah, Nick asking about Courtois. Obviously, he has only played 5 appearances because he's been out with an ACL injury all season. In fact, he only played the last 2 games, I think, of the La Liga season.
Yeah.
And the first couple. So he's not played. He's not played a Champions League fixture this season. Yeah, he gets to start the final, which is a weird one. Again, we don't know if Lunin is injured. That's what was claimed in the week by the club. But it feels incredibly hard for him to not be involved this evening, considering how great he's been in Real's run, and if we see him leave the club this summer, I think we'll know why.
But look how far Hummels has followed Vinicius Junior up the pitch there, by the way. It's incredible.
It's Fulkrug. And that looked like a foul from Camavinga, but it's advantage for Dortmund. They try and feed the ball through. Carvajal intercepts. Real's ball now.
Camavinga's a lucky boy to not be on a yellow card at the moment, because that's his second one of the game, and the first one he did was a yellow card, and I'd like to think when the referee pulls it back, he will put the midfielder. Can't keep getting away with that. Yeah. Game, Dortmund doing well. They're holding up. And I think it hasn't got to... We're 20 minutes through, and I wouldn't say Dortmund are hanging on. You know, they're in this game. They are competing. It's when they start to hang on that we're going to get into the interesting phase of the final. But at the moment, they're preventing that phase from happening. Real not really doing
that's the thing. I think a lot of people are expecting this backs against the wall, very stoic defensive performance like we saw against PSG, but ultimately Real aren't going to throw anything at the game so early like PSG had to because they were behind in the second leg. This is 90 minutes. Dortmund don't have the lead like they did in that game. PSG, in that case, had to push for the game. Real Madrid don't have to push for the game in the same way. So this game is going to be a little more open. Obviously, Dortmund will still be reserved. I don't think they're going to be gung-ho throwing everyone forwards because they've got to be regimented against a side like Real. But I still think they'll be in the game. Yeah,
to me, just looking at the formation there and the shape, it feels like it is backs against the wall, but that wall is 10, 15 yards further up the pitch. Adeyemi's in.
Adeyemi's in. Can he round Courtois? He takes it past him, but Courtois does really well to see him wide. Big block in there.
He was on.
And that will be a corner, and Adeyemi facing the turf, because that's a big opportunity for Dortmund squandered. Really good goalkeeper from Thibaut Courtois.
I thought he was offside, but no, it's an incredibly well-timed run. He was in. That is a huge moment.
He's got to take it right there, I think.
Yeah, he's gone the wrong way of the goalkeeper. Because Courtois, goalkeeper, more comfortable going to his right.
That as well, but he also slowed it down enough for Courtois to take the time, and that's because he wanted to go left. If he'd gone right, he could have ran with it and taken momentum. Then either Courtois wouldn't be able to react in time. So either he goes for it and brings you down, or you round him in a Champions League final. You've got a big chance. Courtois spills it, but he claims it.
He does not look like a fully fit goalkeeper or a match-sharp goalkeeper. What a surprise!
But he is still brilliant.
Oh yes,
he did see.
But Adeyemi, there. That was a massive moment in this final. And if Dortmund go on to lose 1-0 tonight, will we look back on Adeyemi being one-on-one with Courtois in the 20th minute?
Yeah, we will. I don't think that's... He got the decision-making wrong.
Will get other chances, but that's massive. You can't go through on goal in a Champions League final and not even get a shot away. It's good goalkeeping, don't get me wrong, but he's got to do better in that situation. Does that come down to lack of experience, maybe? Does a more experienced striker just maybe relax a bit, take their time and manage to take it past Courtois?
Maybe so. I don't know. I still think that, given the occasion, say Fulkrug was quick enough to get into that position, I don't think he finishes the chance, but you never know. And, fantastic run from Karim Adeyemi.
Oh, yeah, he got everything right apart from that split decision. Does he go left or right?
Vinicius Junior cuts in really well there. Tries to switch the play now, but Martin will poke that out to Adeyemi, and now they could look to come forward. Shifts it well to Brandt. Brandt looking for some support. Finds Emre Can. Can knocks it past Kroos and into the path of Marcel Sabitzer. Here come Dortmund now, switching it to this right-hand side. Jadon Sancho, one-on-one with Mendy. Finds Sabitzer. Ball cut into the box. Adeyemi, chance goes down. They claim for a penalty, but there's nothing in that. And now Real will look to break, but Dortmund are playing some really good stuff. Martin asserting himself and winning the ball high up the field. Can they make something happen? Tries to break it through. Fulkrug's in! Oh, it's Fulkrug again!
No one's fired in! How have Dortmund not scored in this game?
Wow. Wow. Fulkrug pokes it onto the post. Courtois under pressure from Nicholas Fulkrug. What is going on in this game? Dortmund should be leading. Dortmund have had chances. Dortmund should be in front. What a start, though, from Borussia Dortmund. A lot of people were writing them off, but Real Madrid, lucky to be ahead.
3 minutes.
Lucky to be level, sorry.
Adeyemi goes through and one-on-one, doesn't get a shot away. Fulkrug hits the post. Dortmund could not have gone closer to scoring. It's brilliant response. Yeah. Martin wins it back, slots it for Fulkrug, who was offside. He was offside, so thankfully
that would be even more painful, I think.
That would have been worse. Wow. He jumped in the end, take his shirt off, got booked.
That is a wonderful finish.
He's so unlucky. He did everything right.
And Nick Nat correct by saying Real Madrid look all at sea.
Yeah, last few minutes they looked all over the place.
When it comes down to that composed finish, they don't have it. And again, props to Ian Martin getting that attack going again with that fantastic challenge, just asserting himself in the game. Well, that's a great tackle from Martin.
It's so easy for him to don't think about that one-on-one, drop his head, but no, he gets back involved, and he was the main man, part of the initial attack. You know, he keeps going, and I like that. Dortmund are proving that they are up for this, and Ancelotti's saying that it was a foul that Martin made, but no, it's a perfect tackle. Although Emre Can is down here now for Dortmund.
Yeah, while that's happening, I'll talk about Martin. Do you think Chelsea's directors will be looking at this performance and looking at his performances at Dortmund this season and saying that he could play for Chelsea next season, or do you think they'll be looking at these performances and going, yes, we can charge more for him next season?
Am I talking from Chelsea's board or my point of view?
Chelsea's board.
Chelsea's board point of view, they're going, he's made a great profit. From my point of view, I'm going, he's in the Champions League final, he's playing really well. Play him.
Well, yeah, could he start in that inverted role next season?
100%.
I think you've got Mark Cucurella there, who we think will likely start in that position under Maresca. Ben Chilwell can't play there, so he needs to leave, and he's not been good enough anyway. But I definitely think Martin has a place still at Chelsea. It's just whether Maresca can convince him to stay, really.
For those who say football's dead, I'm watching the magic sponge be used in a Champions League final. So, football will never die. It's incredible. But as Kane says, this final, it just keeps getting better and better, and it does. Because what has happened is Dortmund are turning up like Dortmund can do, and they're playing their heart out for 90 minutes. And in this first 25, they've given it absolutely everything. They've put Real Madrid under the pressure at times, and they have been millimetres away from finding the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely.
I still can't believe that didn't go in. It just it's one of those moments. The ball you just felt like I'm going to find the bottom corner. But no, finds the inside the post, and it didn't go off that. Hit the inside the post and bounce clear. When does it ever hit the inside the post and bounce clear? Yeah.
It's one of those finishes where if that had gone in, even if it was offside, that would have been using all Champions League promotional material.
Oh yeah.
Because it would fit so nicely in like intros with all the music and that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Kane says Real Madrid visited Watford and now they're shit like our club. Yeah. Yeah, obviously having to stay here. Here is Carvajal. Valverde. Antonio Rudiger. Now it's Kroos. Camavinga. Rudiger. Kroos. Lovely switch the play, drilling it into Vinicius Jr., who looked to take him on here. Last pass, Ryerson, ball into the box, and it's cleared away by Schlotterbeck. Thought for a moment there that Jude Bellingham was about to find the back of the net, but Schlotterbeck with a very important tackle.
Yeah, that's the first time Ryerson's got it wrong. It's a great touch from Vinicius Jr., and Ryerson gets sucked in, and that's where he dives in.
Yeah.
He commits his body one way and gets sent to the shot. But here comes Dortmund again on the counter-attack with Julian Brandt.
Ball through, Karim Adeyemi. He's in now for Dortmund. Takes it wide, saved. Fulkrug.
Oh my God!
Adjusted himself in time. That's 3 big chances now for Dortmund that just can't quite find the back of the net.
And Adeyemi does really well because his first touch isn't great, and again he takes himself wide. But the shot on goal was a very, very good effort. It was a brilliant save from Courtois. And as you say, Fulkrug, he let like a salmon, but his body was just not at the right angle to head it goalwards. Dortmund are playing so well tonight, and they just can't find the back of the net.
Another huge chance squandered through no fault of their own, really. Adeyemi slightly wider than he'd like to have been. And the ball coming off of Courtois, and of course it just doesn't fall right for Fulkrug. Yeah. It's that frustrating thing.
Could have gone anyway. Could have fallen anywhere for that save, but instead it fell in the one place where he couldn't really turn it goalwards.
Should be doing better with the rebounds, this Nick Nack. I'm not sure what you want him to do there.
He made contact.
Paul Crocker, he couldn't disassemble his neck.
Yeah.
Throw his head at the ball and then reconnect it, could he?
From Valverde.
Just out of his reach, really. Bellingham ball into the box, headed away by Mats Hummels.
And the worry is that Dortmund have had so many chances and not taken them. Yeah. Whereas Real Madrid, with Bellingham, with Rodrigo, with Vinicius Jr., they only need one chance. And they'll score it.
Worth noting that despite having just 30% of possession, Dortmund have generated 1.02 in XG from 7 shots and 1 big chance.
Ball in, away from
Real Madrid, with 70% of the ball, have had 2 shots totaling 0.09 expected goals. They've not created anything in this game, Madrid. Dortmund
but they have got a corner now.
233 passes to 82.
I don't. What a ball this was from Brandt. Great. That touch let him down. Andy He took himself a bit wide. Great save. Oh, mate. I don't know.
Got to go for their head kick there, Fulkrug.
Yeah, maybe.
If he over kicks that in the Champions League final, Christ, I got mental.
I don't know how they haven't found the
corner now from
I honestly do not know how Dortmund haven't scored. It's incredible. But round the corner now with half an hour played. Big chance here.
Tony Kroos, it's headed away, and now here Dortmund will drive that ball forwards. Ian Martson plays to Sancho. They've got a huge overload. Dortmund are flying. Sancho switches it. Brandt chests it down, plays towards Adeyemi. That's got to be a penalty.
Oh, what's a close one?
Mendy led with the arm. The fact Dortmund aren't protesting it's bizarre to me because I'd at least be claiming for it there. That's either great defending or a stonewall penalty. For me, he's not made any attempt for the ball.
You've got to ask questions. You've got to question the referee.
For me, he's yes. Yes, I know he leads with the arm. But that, for me, he makes no attempt for the ball.
This is the Champions League final. I'd expect to see every single player in yellow screaming at the referee there.
Yeah, there's a difference between nudging someone and barging with that shoulder. That was a lot more arm for me. That was a lot more of a push through the arm. So I think that's a weird one that Dortmund haven't protested that, because I'd have been, throwing hands in the air, kicking, shouting, screaming at the referee for a penalty there. But and VAR didn't even have a look, presumably, because there was no protest there, perhaps. But interesting. Lewis saying, just think that Villa will be in the Champions League final next year. Okay, Lewis, well, that is wishful thinking.
Maybe we'll sit here in a year's time and we'll sit here and watch Aston Villa in the UCL final.
Maybe we will. Matt Summers. Marcel Sabitzer.
Dortmund.
Now Chan.
And you have to take your hat off to them. They've turned up here.
Yeah.
And they've been really, really good so far. And that's the problem. They should have taken the chances. They should have scored a goal. Because if they were 1-0 at this point, wow, would that be an interesting game? And I say that though, they've had their chances. No, they haven't. They will have more. And that's a brilliant tackle from Marcel Sabitzer to stop Rodrigo getting away.
Yeah. Here is Jadon Sancho now.
He's had a good game.
In an unorthodox position here.
Sabitzer doing. Playing 1-2.
Schlotterbeck. Martson. Here's Schlotterbeck. And we're seeing Martson inverted here, which is something I'm very excited to see, considering the role he might play for Chelsea next season. But yeah, Schlotterbeck on the ball, carried it forwards. Now back to Emre Can.
That's a bit of
Schlotterbeck again. This is a very aggressive in possession shape for Dortmund, considering the opposition today.
I like it.
Something the confidence you
but equally, I said this, and I what game was it? I went on a bit of a rant about playing for a draw. Anyway, it's the Conference League final.
Hard to narrow it down, really.
But, both, I like this.
Brandt tries to play it through. Ryerson will get there. Can he deliver it? Tries to cut inside. It's not quite worked out. He pokes it to Sancho. Dortmund keep the move alive. Sancho tries to pull off a skill. Ryerson fights for the ball. Chance for Dortmund. Draws across the box. Cleared by Mendy. And now a foul is called.
Referee's bottling this game.
Mendy down in some discomfort. Nina says Real Madrid looking so vulnerable on the counter. Perhaps they've underestimated Dortmund.
He's given that free kick so late. It's nothing in it. It's not a foul.
Yeah.
It's not a foul.
Not a foul.
But I like this from Terzic. He's got sat with his back himself, and he's gone into the dressing room, and it's like, we're going to go out there and we're going to play like this. And if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. And that's what happens.
Yeah. I says we saw the same against Bayern, didn't we, at times? I don't think, this might be a controversial statement, but I don't think tactically Real Madrid are the best team. In the world. I don't think they are one of the stronger teams in the world because, you think of the City game and you can easily say that, well, they beat City, so City must be tactically worse. But I don't think that's the case at all. I think that Real are incredible in these big games because Ancelotti can get them up for them because the players are so good. I do think they rely on individual quality, but they can because they're Real Madrid and they have individual quality. So obviously that is a factor, but for me, they're not one of the best tactical sides. So if they come up against a team who's set up well, they could beat them. It's just that obviously eventually Real Madrid's individual quality shines through, and the fact that Dortmund have missed so many chances so far, it's what happens for Madrid, isn't it?
Do you think...
You think back to the 2022 final and Kobel's been fouled there.
That's a yellow, surely, ref. It's a yellow, surely.
And Kobel's in a lot of pain here.
Ref, get your card there.
That is a yellow card for Vinicius.
Well done. Vincic going to take some control here because that was nasty. The ball's got... I get that the ball was there, but by the time he could have backed out of that tackle, Vinicius Junior. And Sabitza's saying, Sabitza was going to say there's something wrong with you in the head, but I'm not going to, But because the ball goes, I think he could have dived out of this. He could have backed out of that.
He flies in afterwards.
Yeah, he could have backed. The ball's gone. He could have it didn't need to, that trailing leg. He didn't need to bring that trailing leg through. And Terzic was rightly furious because he's flying on the goalkeeper there.
The thing is, I think you can, understandably, you can go for it, but if you get it wrong, that is going to be a foul. I get why you're going for it, and so but that is a yellow card.
But once the ball's gone, just bring your trailing leg back into your body, and he wouldn't have caught Kobel there.
This guy says reckless by Vinny.
Yeah.
Now saying wasn't a huge amount of contact. He still caught him though. No, it's definitely not a red. It's definitely not a red. That's not what I'm arguing at all, Nick. No.
Oh yeah, yellow spot on.
Yellow spot on.
Because initially it didn't look like he'd given a yellow because Vincic has failed to take control of this game. Because Camavinga should also be booked, and there's been a few soft ones in there. But yeah, anyway, my question was going to be the way Dortmund have set up tonight, how aggressive they've been. Was it in their game plan to find a goal in this first 35 minutes? The way they've played, would Terzic expect to be 1-0 up?
I don't think there'll be any expectation in a Champions League final.
Whatever happens, happens. Whatever will be, will be. They just say in case they're asked, in the dressing room. So relaxed about it.
The game plan, they do sing Adele in the dressing room, don't they?
That's what it is.
Man,
Adele is motivating them.
Yes.
7 attempts. 7 shots in 35 minutes in the Champions League final is unheard of.
Yeah. Same as I was reading out a moment ago, obviously 1.02 XG, I think, from those 7. Ryerson.
Does well there, saying
away from Bellingham.
Full of his shirt.
Now Schlotterbeck. Going to carry it forward to Martson. Oh, lovely little fake pass there, and then he takes it the other direction, plays it into Sancho, but it's slightly overhit by Ian Martson. Perhaps feeding himself a little bit after that nice bit of skill. He then tries to drill a ball out wide and slightly overdoes it.
Yeah,
you expect that in a Champions League final. A player of Martson's inexperience. Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
Don't know whether he played for Chelsea as a youth player.
Usually it's like a Carroll Cup or something, or Putter Johns, not a champ. Your first final isn't usually a Champions League one.
The difference I would say, though, obviously, if you speak about those finals, is if you're playing in a Carabao Cup or FA Cup or Papa John's final, whatever it is, the build up to it will be less. So, when I say that, I mean those semi-finals and stuff. It'll feel like a normal league game. That thing won't be there for playing in a Champions League final because the semi-finals are still massive. The quarterfinals are still massive. Exactly. And Martin must have played at Wembley before. Possibly not in a senior game. I don't think in a senior game. Because obviously Burnley...
Big in the youth games aren't usually at Wembley.
Top.
Youth finals aren't...
Are they not?
Not really, no.
I could have sworn they were.
He might be. He might have. I don't think he's other loan.
Yeah, it is a big game for him. But again,
soft one. In terms of the fouls that Real Madrid are giving away, do you think that's a bit of frustration? In terms of Vinny leaving one on Kobel, Camavinga's had 2 sloppy ones. There's been a few players just grabbing shirts or leaning.
I think they are just aggressive, and often they can get away with stuff like that.
Which they have, to be fair.
A few of them they have, exactly. So they do go for things like that. I think that if the ref is firm this evening, Real will struggle. Like that, you know, I'm not saying they're paying the refs or something, but I do think refs are soft with Real. They do smart fouls that they know they can get away with the refs. It's not the refs aren't soft because it's Real. So Real know how to play the refs. Carlo Ancelotti's been around long enough to know how to instruct his players to play the referees. That's not Prandiemi there kicking into Carvajal, coming off Carvajal's knee, and that's out for a Dortmund goal kick.
I've always found it's because what Mike Dean said as well, as a referee, depending on what the situation is, there will be a subconscious bias towards one of the team, whether it's, you know, that one team's been giving you stick, or so Ancelotti's just like
Shoveling
some mints.
Shoveling mints into his mouth. Nick Nat's saying, and the two shots Real Madrid have had respective runs. Exactly that, you know. The Valverde and the Vinny efforts, I believe they were both...
You know, hit the Wembley arc.
Yeah.
Again, space for Chan. He's had a lot of room tonight to just drive the ball forward. They play through that Vinny Rodrigo press. There is space to use, and here comes Dortmund once again.
Sancho Ryerson on the overlap, drills it in there. That's going to come off of Camavinga, and that will be a Dortmund throw-in.
I love it. The Dortmund players, the Dortmund crowd, they clap throw-ins, they clap corners, they clap good part. Everything gets a round of applause. Yeah. It's incredible. You know, they get hyped up about every single little thing. Sancho tries to do dancing feet, but a big tackle in there from Toni Kroos. Now Vinny Jr.'s got the wrong side of Ryerson, and Matt Hummels brings him down. Hummels is just going to jog. No. Oh. What's happened here then? Because the referee, and Schleich gone into the book for complaining, this is poor refereeing, this is. Because he hasn't given it. Vinny Jr.'s then smacked the floor, and the referee's... Oh, no, he's dived. That's poor refereeing. He hasn't given it initially. Vinny's then thrown a paddy, and the referee's given it.
It's silly from Schlotterbeck there, because you're not going to get anything from complaining. Yeah. But it's what you come to expect from Vinicius Jr.
I hate it when that happens. I hate it when players dive.
Christ.
Yeah,
now Nacho.
No contact. No, not at all. It's still something to this day that referees get conned by that.
I get it.
I know on the replay it was obviously it's been more obvious to us, but there was no contact whatsoever. He did just fall over.
If you're 20, 30 yards away, it's quite difficult to decipher that. But yeah. Carvajal. Kroos. One back by Adeyemi. Here come Dortmund. Julian Brandt.
He got a bit of an overload on the right hand side again.
Lovely ball into Sabitzer now. Could look to hit one. Will look to hit one. That's a good stop from Courtois. That had venom behind it, that strike.
And what's
really
funny
well saved.
Is I thought I was initially about to have a go at Sabitzer because he didn't get the ball out of his feet. That didn't matter.
Because it bobbled up really well
not
there.
Behind it. And Courtois, that's a brilliant save.
Yeah.
Especially on the bobble because it's one of those, it's very difficult as a goalkeeper as the ball bounces up into your hands to make sure your hand is strong enough to tip it around the post, and he did that. Corner to Dortmund.
Especially because he's expecting it along the ground there, for it to then suddenly hit up in the way it does. Yeah. Ball swung in there. Hummels can't quite meet it. Jadon Sancho will look to get some sort of shot away. We'll shift it to Martson. Martson goes wider still into Julian Brandt. Ball in. Doesn't beat Camavinga there.
That's like the throw.
And, well, Dortmund will have to shift back into their shape. But Jadon Sancho having a really good game here.
100%. I've been very impressed. I mean, Caden also, you made a good point in chat. You know, if the referee had given that the other way and given it as a dive, he would have had, you know, he'd have been right in the laws of the game to send Vinicius Jr. off.
Well, could that be something that happens in this game? Could we see Vinny go?
100%. If he loses his head, you know, I think Camavinga's lucky because if you told me Camavinga on a yellow card after 11 minutes, I would bet my house he got sent off. But, you know...
Or hooked at the break, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the thing. But, yeah, no, you're right. I think, A, yeah, you're right. We could see him go. B, yeah, Kane says the referee would have had right grounds to send him off.
Sancho does really well to get away from Toni Kroos there. Ball in to Rice, and he tries to flick it to Sabitzer, and it doesn't quite come off. Sabitzer will try and go after Mendy here, and that's a soft one again as Mendy.
That's on the line. I don't know why he's waving his back around. It's a yellow as well. Oh, no.
These are some really soft cards. Is it for his complaints?
Unless it's for I don't know.
You're not allowed to laugh now?
Did he clap the line or something? Oh, no, I didn't really see. But if that yellow is for the foul, that is ridiculous. If it is for complaining, though, then Hummels or Chan in there needs to get these Dortmund players to calm down, because if not, that's 2 yellows for complaining.
I think there will be frustration there for Dortmund. One, for themselves, because they've not scored and they've had chances. And 2, because there have been a few now that haven't been given their way.
What do winners do? What do champions do? They remain calm and they don't do... Cause
of course.
A lot of backs in for a long night now.
Here comes Vinicius Jr. Hummels will come across with a fantastic tackle.
And he wins the throw, and look at that. And that's the reaction. He cheers himself. Vinny's laugh, that's the second yellow. Go on, rest
Well, that's the thing. That's the same thing Savic has apparently done there.
Yeah. What a tackle this is from Mats Hummels. And he wins the throw. It's incredible.
Vinny looks absolutely stunned. I love it.
Look, honestly, I think he is one of my favourite footballers, Mats Hummels. For a very long time. Love him. He's your perfect example of a brilliant defender, all-round defender. He has it all. Does your basics, clears his lines, makes.
Valverde wins it off Matson. Schlotterbeck gets stuck in, and he does win a throw.
But that's what Sabitza's just done to Mendy, and it's not a foul in that case.
Well, that's the bizarre thing, isn't it? But yeah. I think that says it's part of Vinicius' game to dive at every opportunity. I think that's why he doesn't get the respect that a lot of people think he deserves or merits, because I think a lot of football fans will look at the fact that he throws himself to ground. I think a lot of football fans will look at his quite immature reactions at times when he gets fouled and stuff like that. And I think it makes him quite dislikable at times. It's unnecessary because he's such a good footballer, but people just lose respect for him because he insists on being petulant. It's so similar to Neymar in a sense.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people, a lot of people who remember Neymar at Barcelona love him because he was so good at that. But as soon as he went to PSG, his ego completely transformed him. I think it's similar with Vinicius. I don't want to speak ill of his character because obviously I don't know him that well, but he does come across as a very egotistical person just because of the way he plays on the pitch. Again, it might just be his persona on the pitch. I'm sure he's a lovely bloke off it, but when you watch him play, he's not someone who comes across as very likeable.
It's one of those where I still think he's a phenomenal player, but in that Vinny and Neymar, if you ask me to say who's better, Vinny or this player, or Neymar or this player, I'm more inclined to go for this. When you talk about... Because Hazard...
Stephen Fletcher.
Hazard's okay, maybe not. But Hazard was your winger. He might have dived once or twice, but he never was a proper, arrogant player. He just played with class, but he was a very humble bloke on and off the pitch.
He just didn't care.
Boys. Exactly, he didn't let it go to his head.
He trained awfully, and then he just turned up on the pitch, glide around everyone, and stick it top corner.
So him and Jose were brilliant, because Jose hated his attitude in terms of training and things, but adored his ability on the football pitch. Yeah,
Caden says Chelsea fan could have been a yellow card argument because could have been an argument for a second yellow because Vinny dived, and yes, I completely agree with you there, Caden. Chelsea fan saying it's never a red card, but within the rules of the game, simulation's a yellow card. He's already on a yellow. That's the second yellow. So he's very lucky, I think, to still be on this field. I don't expect, second yellows to be handed out for simulation because it's a Champions League final and the ref will consider that. But for me, if you're applying the rules correctly,
the one thing I'll give the referee is the reason he probably he would have given a free kick over a dive there is because if he gives the dive, he's put himself between a rock and a hard place. Because either he's not going to send him off and it's going to be fury from Dortmund, or he is going to send him off and it's going to be very controversial.
Well, and that's the frustrating thing, that you can't check second yellows.
Yeah, but it's the one thing, and they do put this in the referee things as well. Is referees don't want to ruin games with things like that, unless it's Emily Heathslip. They don't want to ruin things for being so by the book.
Exactly, unless it's a clear and obvious.
But it's weird because it's the rules. You might ruin the game, but it's the rules. Play by the rules.
Well, that's the weird thing in football, isn't it? Because I think a lot of fans would agree they'd rather see the refs use a bit of common sense in there. But then, when it affects you, it's suddenly, an awful decision, and you can't just ignore the rule book. So it's all just a lot of people will focus on their own
Dortmund
perspective.
come forward again. We did have a bit of a relaxed
Julian
moment.
Ryerson. Look to try and cross it. Goes to Sancho.
Oh, it's dancing feet from Jadon Sancho. Look at this.
He looks confident for a change. Ryerson can't turn.
And then Ryerson tried to do the same.
And Vinicius, nowhere to go. Brandt goes back to Schlotterbeck. Real have 10 players behind the ball right now. Sorry, all 11 players behind the ball in that moment. Adeyemi, ball in. It's going to go over. Mendy will try and keep that in. It looked like it went for a corner, and it did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're penned up against the wall.
Yeah.
I've not seen any team do this against Real Madrid all season.
It's incredible. Dortmund, you have to take it. No matter what the result is tonight, no matter what happens in the second half, for solely what they have done in this first half, you have to give them credit. They've been absolutely phenomenal. And it would be fitting if they were to score from this corner.
Yeah.
And I'd also look like a genius.
They got presence in there. Fulkrug. Who else? Schlotterbeck. There's players in there that could meet this. Brandt whips it in there. It's towards the back post, headed away by Rudiger. Martson will keep it alive. Try and take on Bellingham now. And that's come off Bellingham and out for another corner. This is what I'm saying about playing this end. If they keep getting these corners in succession, the intensity, that atmosphere, the pressure on the Real Madrid defence is going to build and build and build. There is a small section of Brøndby fans in attendance, which is cool to see.
Just in the Dortmund then, just a load of blokes in Brøndby shirts. Love it. You think they have to start organising
There must be something to do.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very difficult to get the tickets, so they must also be Dortmund.
Yeah.
Season ticket holders, but yeah, ball in and it's headed away by Valverde, and that was
a collision in there.
There's a foul in there. I think that'll be the end of the half anyway, and it is here at Wembley, the half time here of the 2024 Champions League final. Borussia Dortmund 0, Real Madrid 0. Let's talk that first half. I'm going to come out immediately with a controversial statement. 45 minutes. Edin Terzic just out-coached Carlo Ancelotti. In every aspect of the game, Dortmund have looked better than Real Madrid. Real have been suffocated in possession. They've been penned up against the wall when they don't have the ball. Dortmund look confident. Dortmund look like they have their patterns nailed down. They know how to break down Real Madrid. Now, the next 45 minutes may show why Carlo Ancelotti has more Champions League titles than any club other than Real Madrid. He may come up with something. He may be that pragmatist we know he can be. He may inspire his team to play better. But based on the evidence in the first half, Dortmund have been the better side. They've been coached better by Terzic. They've got a game plan today, and they executed it wonderfully.
Yeah, 100%. I think it'll be a very weird feeling across Dortmund fans, because it's one of those, as you say, for 45 minutes, Dortmund have had the better of Real Madrid, have been the better side in the Champions League final, and have had chances. They've been brilliant. They've played really well. They've been defensively solid. But that weird feeling comes because there'll be a bit of Dortmund and a bit of us that knows that Dortmund should have taken those chances. They should have found the back of the net when they were on top. They've had a brilliant half, haven't taken advantage of it. And as you say, we know Ancelotti. We know Real Madrid. They might punish. There's a very high chance they come out in the second half and they punish Dortmund for not striking while the iron was hot. And that's the worry, is that this has been a very competitive final. Dortmund have probably been the better side, which has made it more interesting. But could that change in the second half if Real Madrid are to get their act together?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a very bittersweet feeling at half-time because they were so excellent in that first half, so disciplined, so comfortable, surprisingly comfortable, actually, I think is the word, in that first half. So there will be that bittersweet feeling because they should have found a goal, I feel. There was chances in there. The Adeyemi one where he took himself a bit wide. The Adeyemi one where he took himself wide when he tried to round Courtois. The Fulkrug rebounds that Adeyemi one in the 35th minute, something like that. There have been chances in this game. They've had opportunities. The Fulkrug one, they hit the post. Now, that may well have been offside, but they've had chances. They've not taken them, and I think there will be a little bit of frustration, a little bit of worry, knowing how tight this second half could be, knowing how Real might change up in the second half. So I think there will be that frustration there.
Yeah, 100%. And on that, I think the first 5-10 minutes of the second half are going to dictate the Champions League final. If Dortmund come out with the same intensity and they outwork Real Madrid like they did, and they outplay Real Madrid like they did, then it will be a very similar half where it's pretty even and Dortmund will get chances. But if Ancelotti and Real Madrid come out of the second half, firing all cylinders, and put Dortmund under pressure early on, then it is going to be a long 45 for Dortmund. They will struggle. They'll be under a lot of pressure. They'll be backs against the wall. So that first 5-10 minutes of the second 45 will decide for me where the Champions League will go. It will decide where this final ends up, who dictates it. So that's an interesting thing to watch out for.
Yeah, and as Nick pointing out, the expected goal statistics or metrics really demonstrating the superiority of Dortmund. 0.09 for Real Madrid, 2 pot shots. They had no real hope of ever being near the goal. So, yeah, they have been completely played off the park. As Nick says, as close to 0 as it gets, they can only improve, surely. or having a shot that's on target is an improvement on that first half. So I think Real will feel happy that they are still level in this game, because by the measure of play they shouldn't be. But there will be a little bit of worry that they've not been good enough and they've got to improve in this second half. I think, if anything, the feeling might be relief. Relief that they're not behind in this game. But as we know, Real have the individual quality, got the squad quality to win this. It's just whether or not they can.
Yeah, and I think, as Gary says, the longer this goes on at 0-0, the better Real's chances get. And if you look at it from a defensive point of view for Dortmund, if they were 1-0 up, it would, yes, obviously they'd be winning the Champions League final, but on the other end of the spectrum, it would be that if Real were to score, it would still be level. If Real were to get their 92nd minute goal, which we know they love, it would still be a level game. Whereas at the moment, if Real to score, they take the lead, and then that's a very different scenario to the game being level. And that will be, there are so many different ways to look at the frustration that Dortmund will feel after that first half. But I think if you're Terzic in the dressing room, you have to be positive. You have to keep drilling home that message of keep working hard, keep going for your team. Because if Dortmund hold that same level of performance in the second half, they've got a very good chance that in 45 minutes, they'll be lifting the Champions League trophy. Yeah,
exactly. Shari, welcome to the stream, by the way, joking that it's smart from Dortmund because if they don't score, Madrid can't come back from it. So, understandable. But yeah, I think there will be some frustration there. Nicole, welcome to the stream, saying, what is he on about? Well, that is glowing praise for you, or for Shauri, I'm not sure. But welcome to the stream regardless, Nicole Kess. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this second half goes. Obviously, if Dortmund play the way they did in that first half, then Real are in serious trouble. Now, again, we know how quickly Real could change the game. We know the strength in this Real team, but there's no guarantee that they will come back. We think of Real as such a certainty in recent times, but you never know. Champions League final, they might finally lose one.
Exactly that. You never know. Football's a funny game sometimes. Anything can happen, and Dortmund have proven that. They've turned up in the first 45 minutes, and they've had the measure of Real Madrid. Do that for 45 minutes more, they could be Champions League winners, and Ancelotti and Real Madrid could lose their first UCL final, and that would be something. Yeah. That would be something. And Terzic, a man who, was an assistant manager at West Ham a few years back, for him to be able to say that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, let's talk about this early chance, Adeyemi's opportunity where he was able to go through the lines. It all comes from, we're not going to see that, we're going to see the second opportunity now. But yeah, Dortmund, they've had chances in this first half. Really unfortunate.
Every time I watch the Fulkrug chance, I think it's going to go in. And then it doesn't. And I'm always surprised that it doesn't, because it feels
like the kind of one for Real that would just take that right bubble off the turf, that would just find its way home. Here, Adeyemi's touch taking him wider.
Still got a good shot away.
Costs him there, in theory. I think if he can, because I know Rudiger's coming across, that's probably why he's chosen to do it. I think maybe once he's at that angle, I like the fact he's taking a shot, because a lot of players wouldn't, and it would then go wrong. But you could even look for a cutback. Sabitzer arriving on the edge of the box. We see there Marcel Sabitzer's effort right at the end of the half, where he was able to drill it to Courtois' right and force a really good save out of him. Great to see Mourinho, by the way, involved in punditry as well.
They must have paid him so much money to sit with Rio Ferdinand.
Obviously, he will be moving to Fenerbahce on a 2-year deal this summer. That's a really exciting appointment. Fenerbahce fans in the week angry at the club because they finished second in the league. They lost out on the title to Galatasaray. They claimed 99 points, lost one game all season. But they lost out by 3 points to Galatasaray, so they were angry.
Next person to talk about, Mats Hummels. What a man.
Here's the tackle that got everyone talking. A phenomenal challenge.
He's had a brilliant game. He's an absolutely brilliant game. He's been so solid. Born leader, born winner. Works so hard for his team.
Yeah, we're seeing the Vinicius dive there again. But yeah, such a... I don't really know how to describe it. A blemish on his record, really, that he does go to ground like that. That he does throw himself on the floor.
Yeah.
In those sorts of situations, because he's bought a player a yellow card there, when really he could easily have been given a yellow card.
Yeah.
And dismissed from this game. But yeah, other XG models, by the way, because obviously they do represent differently. Representing this is a 1.82 for Dortmund to 0.08 for Real Madrid. I mean, that is a damning scoreline.
A bit high.
Well, again, yeah, loads of different models use different.
But But
metrics.
what we can generalise, right, is that Dortmund should have scored a bloody goal and Real have been nowhere near scoring a goal. But the final's still 0-0, and that's what Real Madrid do.
Well, worth pointing out that Real Madrid lost every single game on XG in their 2022 Champions League win. But they did obviously go into the tournament.
It shows you at the end of the day, doesn't matter what the stats say, it matters what the scoreline is. And that is the message that Ancelotti and Real Madrid will be hanging on to at the moment, is that it doesn't matter what happens on the stats. Doesn't matter who has the possession, who has the XG, who creates, who does, who's the better side. It matters who scores the most goals. And Real Madrid do what they do best. They will find the back of the net and probably win this game, unless Dortmund can hold the same level of performance. Either way, wouldn't expect much. Not expecting any changes. I'm expecting Real to mix it up tactically, to change something. Don't think it'll be personnel. Probably just be a tweak of system.
Yeah.
For Dortmund, it is go out there and do exactly what you've just done.
Do you want to know who the pitch invader was?
Who?
So, basically, a Russian streamer called Melstroy gave a challenge for anyone to run on the pitch during the Champions League final with his name on the back of the shirt, and he would give them £300,000.
Why has he done that?
He might. So the guy has received a permanent ban from all stadiums in England, but he has got himself 300k.
That's not work. Well, it depends. I guess if you're from Germany or
Exactly.
then I guess you.
Imagine it just be some random person who's gone. You know what? Yeah, I will pay £2,000 on a ticket if it means I can get 3,000. I've just got to put this bloke's name on the back of my shirt. But yeah, I think that says strong defence and good finishes when chances come their way. Well, Real Madrid. Yeah. Exactly. They have the best players in the world.
You give Jude Bellingham one chance, he's going to take it.
Yes, in the words of Dua Lipa, one chance is all it takes.
Do you think he'd celebrate? Would you?
I
Champions League final versus your old team.
It's difficult to say, isn't it? I think it would be... I don't know. He's a very classy footballer. I think it very much depends. It's 90th minute. Yeah. Do the emotions get the better of you? I still think he'd be subdued in his celebrations. Not, don't... No pun intended.
Save it for afterwards, wouldn't
he? Yeah.
Which he would do against any team probably because he's professional and he wouldn't go running off like I would into the crowd if he scored.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I scored the Champions League final. I'm not going to go, yeah, woo, everyone hug me.
Jumping into the stands.
I'm in the second top tier of Wembley.
Yeah, it could take 5 minutes.
Yes.
They have to sub me off because I'm not going back on.
Yeah, no. That's me done.
But yeah.
Big second half coming up. What a final. It's been very, very fast-paced, very quick, very exciting final. Yeah, it's been really enjoyable. And I cannot wait to see what is going to happen in this second half.
Yeah, indeed. Hopefully it's befitting of that first, because that was a really exciting first half. It does continue the trend of European finals potentially ending in very low scoring margins. Obviously, the last few Champions League finals have all been 1-0. We saw the Conference League final on Wednesday night was 1-0. And, if tonight is going to be decided in normal time, it looks like it will likely be a low-scoring affair unless Real Madrid somehow score, a handful in the second half. But, in addition, we've not really seen many European finals in recent history where both teams score. That's not really a thing that happens at the moment.
And obviously, I can't remember, when was the last time a Champions League final go beyond the 90? That isn't something we've seen in a few years.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been 2012. They must have had one since then. Was it Real Atleti? Did that go beyond the 90 in 2015?
Potentially.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But if not, it might well have been Chelsea Bayern 2012 at the Allianz.
Oh, yeah.
I think. That's that one I can say for definite. Can't think of any since.
Anyone else? No. We had a Champions League final go beyond the 90 in the last
all
10
of
years.
Zidane's three Champions League titles were won in normal time.
Yeah.
Chelsea, City won in normal time. City, Inter won in normal time. Bayern, PSG, Liverpool, Tottenham. So I think you might be looking at. It's either got to be that 2015 type.
That'll be a first
era,
and we are still level. So who knows?
Or you've got to be looking at Chelsea Bayern in 2012.
Wow, that would be something.
But yeah, I don't know if we will go beyond the 90. I feel like there is a goal coming in this second half.
Fair enough.
Got to be. Hopefully, at least.
I think we could see a lot more than one. We definitely could see a lot more than one. But I guess we will find out
Yeah.
over the course of the next 45 minutes, which we should be kicking off soon. So hopefully that happens.
Indeed. Yeah, do you think we'll see a goal in the second half?
Yeah, 100%. I think we'll definitely see goals, but that still means we could go into extra time.
Yeah. In terms of changes, I guess we could see some, probably not at half. We will see some. Don't think we'll see any at half time now. Such players. Well, can't Ancelotti come back to the field. Nobody else here yet. Just coming out to soak up the atmosphere.
Turns out he's got the boots on. He's ready to go.
Don Carlo.
Imagine that. Obviously, he couldn't. He's not registered.
It might be.
Actually,
She hasn't told anyone.
Yeah, at the bottom of those straight.
Like when Cech as technical director was registered as Chelsea's fourth choice goalkeeper a few years ago.
Love that.
I think that's 2015-16 was the last time we had extra time.
So,
Was that Real Atleti, or have I got that wrong? Was that would that have been Real Juventus?
That's weird. I think Juventus won a Champions League final 9 years. A lot's happened in those 9 years for Juventus.
Yeah.
But yeah, both sides return to the field. Ancelotti already in his dugout. Real ready. Dortmund not quite, but they're getting there. Huge 45 minutes away from crowning another European champion. Big moments. Got to come out. It's very hard to match the performance, to get back into your stride of how that first half went. But Terzic, he's done a brilliant job so far. Him and his team have got to do it again. Got to go again for another 45. And the Dortmund fans have released the flares, and the wall of red smoke is unveiled from the Dortmund end. Absolutely incredible atmosphere. Glowing.
Why is it
Absolutely
red?
glowing. They're just red flares.
Get some yellow ones, surely.
Yeah, they're the same. It's like dark red, fire red. Absolutely incredible.
Nick Nack saying, by the way, Real Madrid won on pens versus Atletico. There we go.
Yes. Good knowledge.
Full knowledge coming in clutch. But yeah, Real Madrid will get us on the way in this second 45. I hate when you see the games kicking off and you look forward and all of the hospitality seats that they give away to people who don't care are empty. Fuming. Anyway, Real Madrid will get us underway in this second half.
Are they waiting for the Dortmund pyro show to finish? No, we're not.
No. Let the atmosphere commence. Rodrigo knocks the ball back and we're underway for another 45 minutes here at Wembley. Dortmund 0, Real Madrid 0 after 45 minutes. Will we find a winner after another 45? Here's Carvajal. Rudiger. Again, second half is about settling in as quickly as possible. If Real come out sharpish, could they hit Dortmund early here?
Yeah, 100%. It's very hard to get back into your stride. So the team who starts fastest are going to have the advantage in the opening 5-10 minutes. And as I said, these next 5-10 minutes are absolutely crucial for who is going to win this game. Both sides have got to settle down, and Sancho tries to play it cutely there through to Brandt, but doesn't work out. Good tackling there from Ian Martin though to recover it, but the Schlotterbeck loses it.
Vinicius Jr., now Valverde, Toni Kroos, Mendy. Nick now says, looks like hospitality have all fucked off, lol. More interesting in the half-time canapes than the football. Exactly.
Every final you see it.
Why frustration why they're given such great seats
FA Cup,
and they're allowed to be there. Why?
Every game at Wembley, they'll just piss off. I don't get it.
Valverde. Tries to put that ball in there. Schlotterbeck gets in front of it. Now Fulkrug. Madsen goes down the line. Adeyemi.
Great football.
Brandt. Here's Savitzer. Tries to lift it out wide to Sancho.
Worked. It was a blind pass, but it's worked.
Sancho just about keeping it in touch. Now looking for some support. Ryerson gets involved. Nice drive. And that's come off a Real player as it's a deflected cross out for a corner. No changes, by the way. JJ Jaguar, welcome to the stream as well, by the way. Guys saying entire upper bowl looks empty too. Haven't noticed, to be fair. They've not really cut to it. But yeah.
I hope not. If not, get me there.
How?
Don't know. Work it out. Fly. Dortmund corner then. And a good start. Well, again, Dortmund picking up where they left off in that first half and putting Real Madrid under pressure. And another corner here to cause problems from.
Ball into the box. It's flicked away by Real Madrid. And Vinicius will look to run it forwards here. He's taking players on and the mist filling the Dortmund end as Real come forward. The smoke, I should say, not the mist.
Oh,
And
it's a soft one,
Vinicius, it's
referee.
really soft.
Running into the smoke, Hummels, I say brings him down, just catches him on the ankle. Oh no, that's not a foul. Ref, come on. You're right, and that one is right in front of.
Yeah, it's a soft one.
And Dortmund defending. I mean, the smoke effect that is just now travelling across the Wembley turf is incredible. So that pollution, eh? Very good.
Our resident climate activist.
Save the planet. Well, polluting the atmosphere at Wembley. Well, Cruz sent for a very good opportunity from this free kick. Will he shoot? I think he's going to dink it in. I don't think he'll shoot from here. He might have a go, but I expect him to cross it in. Going to find out, though.
So Real Madrid with this set piece, it's a really good area for the set piece as well.
Lurking, and when I mean lurking, he's actually like lurking. Cruz.
Tony Kroos.
He might shoot.
Steps up, strikes it well, and it's saved wonderfully by Gregor Kobel. Got up there well, palms it away and out for a corner. Magnificent stop.
Look destined to find that top corner. That's a brilliant technique from Tony Kroos, but an equally incredible save from Gregor Kobel.
Now Real Madrid looking to pile on that pressure. Ball in from Kroos, header from Carvajal. Just over the bar. Over the bar.
Real Madrid threatening from those two set pieces, but a good piece of goalkeeping, and Carvajal just getting under this header. Good movement, pulls away from his man, jumps in front of Martin, wins the header, but just flicking it over the bar. Not bad from Real Madrid.
Yeah. Guy says great attempt. Nicola says good try. Looked like it was hitting the post to me. The effort from Kroos, yeah.
Yeah, but as a goalkeeper, you're not gonna respect it. Put your hand in that, yeah, and rolls in the corner. What a surprise!
That felt clip well because we both felt like you could easily.
There you go. Bet that'll be on our TFC best moments for 2024. We're reporting on the Champions League final. We've got our hands up.
If our Discord was more active, that would be clipped up in there immediately. But maybe that's something we'll look to do more next season, especially as we perhaps move away from watch-alongs. Might be able to do more with the Discord. So yeah, make sure to join that if you haven't already. Let's get it active. If you're in there, set yourself a challenge to put one message in there every day.
And if you're not in there, why aren't you in there?
Exactly.
Link in the description. Join us in the Discord.
Set up a Discord account if you haven't got one already.
I will talk to you. I've got nothing better to do.
There you go.
Full plug.
You took to Harry anytime. Martin. That's a wild effort. Out for a corner. It did take a deflection.
Right then. I'll let him off. That was shocking. And if full plug there, he didn't turn like a bus, he might have got a shot away.
If he didn't sound like a bus, he would be Nicholas Fulcrum.
Exactly, Darren. I love him. Great striker.
Yes, and we will be seeing him in 13 days' time as Germany open the tournament against Scotland.
Every single game live on this channel. If we haven't shoved it down your throats enough. I'd love to see all the regulars here. All of you are here tonight. Make sure to be there every single game in the European Championships.
Martson, Brandt puts it in there, headed away by Camavinga. Vinicius fighting for it. And now here's Chan. Ryerson.
Very lonely at the back here, Ryerson, the only player in the Dortmund half. Apart from Gregor Kobel, obviously.
Now, Dortmund dropping back into their shape.
Wait, a 94% pass accuracy for Real Madrid. Have you also seen that in...
Hell of a switch from Schlotterbeck, looking for Ryerson. He brings it down, tries to put it in there. It's blocked, and that will be another corner.
But Tony Kroos, in every game he's played for Real Madrid, has never had a pass accuracy rate below 90%. It's ludicrous.
Yeah, that's mental. Or he just plays really safe passes.
Yeah.
All a matter of how you look at it.
He plays 3. Gets them all right. 6 minutes played.
It's less adventurous to the pass. He's still a fantastic footballer.
Yeah.
Not doubting that for even a second. Ball into the box. Header in the air, and it will be Schlotterbeck trying to keep it alive. Oh. That was clumsy from Kroos.
Again, there's no screen.
No complaints.
Maybe not Schlotterbeck because you're on a yellow and you know what the referee's going to do.
And Carlo Ancelotti emerging on the sideline here.
Yeah. was very ominous because there's still smoke in the background. So, that looked like when the hero meets the villain.
When Don Carlo rocks up.
Yeah. Him storming onto the scene with Terzic in the background of the shot.
Jimmy Alfred under the stream saying this is the king of UCL. Real Madrid, yeah, and Don Carlo.
But it looks, so far, from what we've seen in the first 52 minutes, they could be dethroned tonight by Terzic's brilliant Dortmund side.
Yeah.
As I go for some rhyme.
Leading a revolution there, the plucky German outfit.
The tyrant. No. He's not. He's a good leader. Very good leader.
Terzic the tyrant. I think the terrific Terzic might work better. Here is Martin. He holds on to that ball. Vinicius Junior frustrated. He doesn't manage to win that back. Adeyemi receives the ball on the edge of the box. Valverde gets back in there well. Now Camavinga. Martin puts in a challenge. Camavinga goes down softly and...
That's a yellow card reaction. How has this man not been booked tonight? He's getting so lucky.
Compared to Schlotterbeck's reaction that earned him a yellow card, compared to Sabitzer's tackle / reaction, apparently, that earned him a yellow card, I have no idea. Again, it seems more about the badge on your shirt and the colour of your shirt than anything else.
The fairness of the game.
Kobel. Schlotterbeck.
Glad to see Dortmund haven't dropped their standard, though. They've carried on how they were hoping to.
As you say, that Chan almost gives possession to Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Of course.
Wins a throw, though.
Ryerson, they can't get the ball back because someone's nicked one. But now they will. Someone in the hospitality seat just nicked a football. Well, probably some spoilt son who thinks he can keep it.
Yeah. If you were a ball boy, would you try that?
What, nicking a football?
Yeah.
I don't think you can get away with that. Just because as you're walking past whoever lets the ball boys out, they might say, hang on, mate, you can't take that. Was that Nuri Sahin, by the way, the assistant for Dortmund?
I think so.
Obviously, experience to play for both these sides, as we learnt in the short in the week. If you haven't watched that short from yesterday morning, go and check that out at some point.
Klopp was in attendance,
of course, cheering on Dortmund.
Dortmund's special guest. They invited him to join them at Wembley today.
I was like, did you see the Bernabeu? Real Madrid. Dortmund refused to invite Oliver Kahn, but Real Madrid invited him. Obviously, he's had a bit of a falling out with the directors and all that there, so he's not really considered very highly by the club. But Real Madrid taking the piss and inviting him. But yeah, Rudiger.
Bit weird, isn't it?
Trying to pick out Vinicius Junior as he takes on Ryerson now. Ryerson scrambling to get back in. Vinicius puts the ball in the box. It's over, everyone. Rodrigo will try and keep it alive at the back post now.
Ryerson's struggling now.
It does feel like they've also switched to their more traditional 4-3-1-2. That's a really good tackle from Chan there. Firm but fair in the back of Bellingham, and that Carvajal on the deck. I think the ref putting up for an injury here on anything else, and he slaps away the hand of Ian Martson, who offered to help him up.
First of all, he's been a prat, run around the floor, pathetic. Second of all, Adeyemi goes to help him up, and he swats his hand away like an absolute prick. Didn't touch his face. That's pathetic from Carvajal. Petty. Really petty. Childish. For an experienced right back to act like that in a Champions League final is honestly revolting.
Caden says, please can you send a link into chat for the Discord so I can rejoin? It is in the description, Caden, if you can find it there. So if you go to the stream and then rather than going to live chat, you look at like under the title and click more, that'll take you to the description. But yeah. Valverde. Camavinga. Kroos. Ball in from Vinicius Junior. It falls for Carvajal. Wonderfully blocked by Martson, and Kobel gets that. I think Kobel had the save anyway.
But I thought for a minute that Martson turned out, because, as you say, I thought Kobel was going to save it. It looked for a minute that Martson's touch might have poked it past his own goalkeeper. But no, Kobel manages to get two hands on it. And Dortmund can breathe. But Martson, I mean, his heart must have been going a million miles an hour at that point when he touched that ball and realised that it had gone behind him. But yeah, Real are still not threatening too badly. I think they've got a bit more of a stranglehold on the second half, but Dortmund's still holding firm.
Matt Hummels. Trying to bring it forwards, goes back to his goalkeeper. Oh, I said Roman Berkey there, but of course not. Gregor Kobel.
It was Roman Berkey.
What I was going to say, I'm watching in the wrong generation. Here's Vlaškowski. Not Flash. What's his name again?
Oh, I don't know.
Biaskowski? Something like that.
His check.
Yeah. Schlotterbeck on the ball.
Great knocking behind.
Hell of a ball. Vadiemi can keep this in touch. He can't.
He should have. I'm sorry.
Difficult one to bring down.
I know it's harsh, but the difference is up the other end, Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo would have brought that down first time. And that's the difference. We're getting to that point of the game where we could start to see both teams. When do you think, or and everyone in chat as well, when do you think we're going to start to see the first few changes of this game? Will it be Dortmund? Will it be Real Madrid to twist first? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But I expect the next 15 minutes we'll probably see a couple changes. There's Chan just well there to see out Vinicius Junior. Yeah, it's still too close to call for me. Too close to call.
Bellingham. Back to Valverde.
I don't think much of Bellingham tonight. Been kept quiet because Emre Can's followed him everywhere.
Yeah.
Probably follow him home as well.
On Mendy. Now Nacho. Mendy. Nacho. Mendy. Back to Toni Kroos. Rudiger. Finds Carvajal. Rodrigo. Now Valverde. And they try and find Rodrigo, but it doesn't quite come off.
Yeah, and that's the story Real's night, hasn't it? Has not come off. They get into good areas, but that final pass just isn't working, isn't coming to fruition. And that's why they haven't had many chances tonight. Because if Rodrigo can get that ball under his control, he's going to create a good chance.
Yeah. That's something else. Emre Can.
But again, Chan's got that space to turn and drive.
Lovely switch of the play. Finding Julian Ryerson. Ryerson trying to take on players here, and he's him versus Bellingham in that physical battle. Bellingham trying to put a tackle in. Ryerson's done so well to drive that up the field. Okay, he's another one, isn't he, Julian Ryerson, who, if you told me even 6 months ago if you're playing a Champions League final, I'd have laughed you out the room.
Yeah. You told me most of his Dortmund side players, didn't you? Told me Ian Martson would be playing a Champions League final in a year's time when he was at Burnley.
Or even, if you go even further back, when he just joined Burnley. If you'd told me he'll be playing a Champions League final in a year's time, I said, wow, Chelsea must have got really good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so thanks, lads. I've now rejoined. Yeah, I saw you put hey. Nobody's replied in there yet, though, but welcome.
Right.
Welcome, Caden.
Quite a few people. Gary's in there.
That's what we need, more people who will be active in there.
Yeah.
I know Gary's been active at times in there. We're not very good at thinking there.
I mean, but it's like, wow. I'd notification turned off at one point.
Rude. Who else? Schlotterbeck.
No, definitely get him in there.
And if you know anyone you think would enjoy being involved in the Discord, invite them. We want as many people in there who want to talk about football.
Just down for a chat. Oh, Kloss. Silly from
Here's Martson.
Wow, silly from Martson.
Unable to keep
too
that
much.
in touch.
Too much. Should just try and find a pass rather than do these little weird flicks and things to try and beat Vinicius Junior.
Yeah.
Nacho, sloppy pass.
Adeyemi, that looked like a
foul. Oh, ref, come on.
How on earth is that not given? The fouls he's given the other way this evening, and he's not given that.
It's a Stonewall free kick. Stonewall. If he gives that, he thought about it.
He actually absolutely.
He put his whistle to his mouth, and I'm telling him he's wrong. I don't know how he looks at that and doesn't give a free kick. I really don't. Carvalho's still recovering. What, he committed a foul? Are they viewing it? Oh, right. So they were viewing it as a free kick to Real Madrid. That is stupid. That is just brain dead from the referee. Because he played with advantage as well. 28 minutes left of the 90. Still 0-0. But here is Brandt looking to change things.
Adeyemi. Switches it. Full crook header!
What a save! Oh,
What a stop. Thibaut Courtois.
He couldn't have done much more of that header than he
Fantastic diving header from Nicholas Füllkrug.
The Füllkrug special, that was.
Yeah.
What a ball from Adeyemi. Great connection. Power behind that was insane. But Courtois just kind of pushed out of the air like it was nothing. Incredible reflexes. Incredible header. Dortmund, another chance goes begging.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Mendy. Kroos. Nacho Fernandez. Now it's with Toni Kroos. Valverde. Rudiger. Caden says Brandt should come off for Royce.
I'd love to see Royce get on there. But the problem is, though, that front four for Dortmund is so good. You're going to replace one of them, it's harsh. And yes, I love Royce, but he's not as good as the front four right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can take anyone out of there. I just think Brandt can make things tick at times. I guess Royce might have that big moment, though, in him. Vinicius Jr. And that's well blocked by Ryerson.
Yeah, but Ryerson is getting beaten now every time. He's done well to recover there, but Vinicius Jr. is getting the better of him.
Who'd you look at? Marius Wolf? That's exactly my point.
Maybe not then. What a ball in. What a header from Füllkrug.
11-5 shots in this game. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how good this Dortmund side have been.
Just doesn't feel like it's going to happen for Dortmund. It's the problem.
Headed away, and Vinicius will try and bring it down or head it back in there. And there's some firm headers in there as Dortmund get it gone. Ball hit forward by Brandt, and Adeyemi's not going to get up.
That's got to be better from Brandt.
Yeah.
Got to be better. Because Adeyemi's got the pace. He'd have beaten Carvajal in the foot race.
Yeah.
Still can't call this game. Still cannot call this game.
Rudiger. Rodrigo. Looking to come forwards here, trying to take on Ian Martson. Gets around Martson well, Rodrigo, but Schlotterbeck stands his ground.
Yeah, good defending from Schlotterbeck. Martson just a bit naive, bit inexperienced. Rodrigo gets round him. He did well, though, to not foul him. Would have been very easy to trip him up there. He avoided that, and Schlotterbeck behind him managed to see the winger out.
Yeah, exactly that. Real Madrid now corner.
Another one, starting to pile the pressure now, Real. Starting to really take control of this game. Big chance here from a dead ball situation. Kroos, ball in. Headed away by Hummels, out towards Kroos again.
Toni Kroos, lovely ball into the box, headed wide. And that's a Dortmund goal kick.
And Koba will see that go all the way. No rush. He'll be very happily watch that happen all night.
Yeah.
Wow. This is where things start to get nervy as time runs away and we still haven't found a
I was
goal.
going to say, 25 minutes left in this final. Is a goal coming?
It was the 67th minute where Rodri found the breakthrough in last year's final.
So are we? Oh, we're fast approaching that now.
And
I said Bellingham 88th if my prediction's going to come true.
Adeyemi too much in there. Very risky to try and beat Mendy in that situation. Ball it into Bellingham. Good defending from Nico Schlotterbeck. And he's won the throw as well. Brilliant defending. I think he's won the throw, hasn't he? Couldn't quite see. Oh.
Watching Terzic, who's very interesting, whatever this is supposed to be. Yeah.
Who knows?
Like it.
Maybe it's a secret code or language. Or just
Secret
stick it
language.
between the gap.
Terzic's invented a language
Yeah.
for his players to speak on the pitch.
What are we waiting for? Don't really know.
They could use Esperanto. That was the language that they tried to make an international language, didn't they? It didn't really work. Because now nobody speaks Esperanto.
Füllkrug down for Dortmund, but Real are going to play on. And now you just feel like pressure is building now.
Here's Tony Kroos. Rudiger. Rudiger. Kroos. Valverde. Bellingham. Goes wide into Carvajal. Carvajal into Valverde. Now Kroos. Camavinga. Rudiger. Bellingham. That forward pass wasn't really on. Goes back to Antonio Rudiger. Ball lifted forward. Rodrigo tries to bring it under his control. Now Bellingham with a chance to shoot. Plays it across. It's cleared away.
Got to pull the trigger there.
Adeyemi heads it forwards. Camavinga heads it down to Carvajal. Carvajal to Valverde. Brandt hassling him, but he does get the ball to Rudiger. Nacho Fernandez. Kroos. Ball goes wide into Mendy. Vinicius Jr. Comes inside with the ball. Puts it in there. Chance of Bellingham. It's missed by both Bellingham and Coble. It bounces out for a goal kick, I believe.
Oh my God.
Big chance goes missing.
Best chance of the game for Real Madrid.
Yeah, only chance of the game really for Real Madrid.
It's a great ball.
Get into an excellent area.
I thought it was going to go directly in. When Cable missed it as well.
Bellingham just missed it.
Oh my God. It nearly went in itself.
Yeah.
Bellingham should have made contact. Coble should have made contact. And then it just whistles past the far post. Oh my days.
That's the type of one that I thought Real Madrid might find in today's game. Where they don't really play at that level, but something like that just comes off for them. Adeyemi looking to take on Carvajal here. Needs to have had one hell of a scrap this evening.
Yeah.
Sancho. Again, he also wants to take on Carvajal. Valverde forces him back as he gets in. Brandt. Emre Can. They might look to hit one, but he will instead look to go wide and find Julian Ryerson, who doesn't have much support over that side, as Sancho has come over this side and Brandt's over this side as well. So everyone's on the left-hand side. Schlotterbeck. Lifts that back up wide to Ryerson, who brings it down. Does now have some support in the form of Can and Savitzer. Can. Back to whom else? Schlotterbeck.
Backs against the wall for Real Madrid at this point in time.
Brandt. Who else? Schlotterbeck goes back to his goalkeeper, Gregor Kobel.
Good press on that for Real. How they forced Dortmund all the way back.
Yeah. Kobel. Lifting that forwards. Fulcro can't quite head it on, but he is fouled in there, and that will be a Dortmund free kick. Finally, the referee awarded Dortmund a free kick. Change is coming, and that is Marco Reus.
Wow.
20 minutes to find Dortmund a winner.
Yeah, Fulcro struggling.
Yeah.
Reus. This is the man.
Well,
this is the moment.
Could that be Adeyemi through the middle, Fulcro off, or would they miss? I don't think they could take Fulcro off in this game.
Oh, he might be forced to.
Then surely Sebastian Haller comes on if he's fit. He's on the bench. I think he'd be more likely to replace him in that role.
19 minutes to go. Marco Reus to replace number 27.
That will be Karim Adeyemi.
That's harsh.
Interesting call, because Adeyemi's been, on it, I think. But yeah, caused all sorts of issues. But I guess they want that steel. They want that experience. I think I would have probably hooked Brandt off first, but Reus on that left flank is incredibly dangerous. So I understand why you'd want to put him in his best position. If
this man scores, that is football poetry.
Yeah, very much so. There's a reason he's in the thumbnail. Him and Bellingham, because they would both be so significant. Nick Nat saying Real Madrid are very difficult to break down when they're behind the ball. Dortmund's best chances have been on the counter. Yeah, but that's the thing. Because Real haven't had many sustained periods of possession, they've not really come forwards. So they haven't been, you haven't been able to break them down.
He didn't read the room there. And here comes Vinicius Jr.
The room.
Read the situation. Vinny skips past Hummels.
Does well though, because it sees him
Ryerson
wide.
Through the wow, what a
gets back in there. What a tackle! What a tackle!
Ryerson
Someone else getting
got
in there.
nutmegged. And Hummel came flying in. Oh dear, where is Ryerson going?
Doesn't matter, because here comes trouble. Bang. Hummel steals the situation.
Sorted him out. Real Madrid corner. 18 minutes left. This game is hotting up.
Ball into the box. It's headed away. And now Dortmund look to play it out. Valverde, and that's flicked off Martin. Possibly didn't need to touch that, but he would have rather play it safe than sorry.
Leave it there. Or to get a better connection. Another Real corner. Cruz over it.
Looking into those massive moments. Carvajal, and it's in. Dortmund 0, Real Madrid 1. Flicked on by Carvajal. And we've got a breakthrough in the final at last. Dortmund missed so many chances. Real have barely had any, but they take them when they come. Huge ball in. Carvajal flicked on well. Dortmund 0, Real 1.
And it's what Real do best. It's why they have won 14 titles before tonight. Because they will not play the best. They've been the second best team. But what they do is they punish. Dortmund haven't taken their chances. Real Madrid get one big chance from a set piece. And they take it. Brilliant ball in from Cruz. Good header from Dani Carvajal. And Real lead in this game.
Yeah.
Even a recovering Matt Hummels couldn't keep it off the line. It's a good header. Someone's got to jump with him.
Bullkrug in there just wasn't close enough to him. Hummels couldn't rescue off the line.
Couldn't use his hand. And that's what it means to him. That he would have taken the red card in the final. He would have stopped it going in if he could. But it doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net. Real Madrid lead. And Dortmund have had so many missed chances in this final. They've now got 16 minutes to find a goal.
As Nick now says, it's all probably the final scores. We've seen the last 4 Champions League finals, all 1-0 wins. Will tonight make that a 5th successive 1-0 victory? We'll find out.
That could be massive.
Chan trying to get the players up for us. Obviously the captain.
Still time. And if there was any time for Marco Reus to shine, now is the time.
Martson sprays it wide. Here's Ryerson. Back to Hummels.
Go big or go home now for Dortmund.
Sancho.
Well, it's not send it time yet.
No, there's still time. There's 15 minutes plus additional time in this game. And Hummels there just can't quite bring that under his control. Ryerson, did that come off Dortmund? It did, apparently.
It's all come because of a dodgy touch from Hummels. It just shouldn't have happened. Things like that are starting to creep in.
Party mode for the Real fans. Frustration amongst the Dortmund support because they've been so good tonight.
Celebrate like
but their chances just didn't come in, and Real took their one.
Yeah.
And that's why they win finals. If you give them a chance, they put it away. That's a simple fact. No, I don't think anyone can doubt that Dortmund have played incredibly well this evening, but they didn't take those chances.
It was a needless corner. Martin
That's brilliant from Chan. It spews off those right to Nacho. The corner did not need to be given
away. It wasn't a necessity. Camavinga.
Easy for you to say, but if you're in that situation, you've just got to do something.
Someone's got to tell him.
I can't really. They just wanted to get anything on it, so that ball was sliding through to someone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just get better connection on it. I don't know. It's, it'll be frustrating for Dortmund that it was a set piece as well.
Valverde. Kroos. Mendy. Camavinga.
Vinicius Junior. Puts it past Hummels. Camavinga cuts it back.
Jude Bellingham. Misses.
Wow, huge
big
moment.
Miss.
That would have been a game set match.
Exactly. Does that open up a window now? A window opportunity for Borussia Dortmund. The fact that
Dortmund
that has been missed.
That's the problem. They're defending like they've already lost the game. That looked like a team that just weren't too bothered. I mean, it should be a corner because it was actually a brilliant tackle from Schroeder. I went to see it wide. But for Dortmund, it looked like they've given up. They've got a bit flat. I understand why, but equally, the game is still on the line. Corner for Real Madrid. Changes to be made, though. Don't know which side for.
Kane saying, despite Madrid most likely winning this, it has been a good game. It has been, yeah. It has been a very good game. Tony Kroos. And here come Dortmund.
Now
Brandt.
go. Oh, it's been blocked. Took too long to
Here
release
is
it.
Rodrigo. Bellingham.
Brilliant from Hummels.
And now here come Dortmund. Brandt.
They've got
Carrying it really well. Huge challenge in there from Furlong Mendy. Dortmund are chasing shadows now.
Yeah. Look at that.
Their pressure isn't as organised, and that's a reckless one, a rash one from Hummels, and that is going to be a yellow card and a free kick on the edge.
And I'm watching Sabitzer and Chan jogging. They're giving up. Look at them. Look at them in the background. Just jogging back in. It's lazy. I understand they've gone 1-0 down. I understand that's a difficult thing to understand. But mope about it and cry about it afterwards. That's fair enough. But while you still have 12 minutes to change the outcome, don't give in. Keep going. Keep battling.
Yeah.
Don't get lazy now. They can still change the way this Champions League title will go. It's up to them now. It's up to Dortmund. How hard they're going to work. Are they just going to roll over and accept it? Or are they going to get out and keep going? Still plenty of time. A lot can happen in 11 minutes. A lot can happen in 11 minutes. Got a free kick for Kroos. And I mean, he could just put it top corner and put his game to bed. Which would be pretty cool goal. But yeah. Kill the game.
Well, he's already put one that was fairly close to that top corner. Could he test Kobel again here? He does, but Kobel matches him. That one not quite as high as that top corner, but it does force a good save out of the Swiss shot stopper.
It's not a really good save. A great technique again. Up and over the wall, back down again to cause Kobel problems. But as you say, a good parry from the keeper.
Danny Carvajal, by the way, the only Madrid player to start in all 6 of their Champions League finals in the last 10 years.
And here come Seb Haller and Daniel Marlon.
Marlon on for Emre Can. They are going for the game.
Haller off for Fulkrug. No, for Brandt.
Julian Brandt. So
really going for it now then, Dortmund. Here we go.
Haller's had to take the armband.
This is it then. This is the go time. It's now or never for Dortmund. Haller on. Marlon on. About 7 attackers on the pitch.
Here's Hummels. Lovely switch of the play. Sancho brings it down well. Schlotterbeck plays it inside. But it's one back. And now here come Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham. Camavinga strikes well. Fantastic stop.
What a save.
Magnificent save from Gregor Kobel, tipping that one over the bar.
Kobel believes. Kobel still believes. And he's keeping his team in this game.
That's ridiculous. That
Brilliant
is ridiculous from Gregor Kobel. So many teams have got to be looking at him this summer. The elite sides have got to be looking at him. What a goalkeeper.
Yeah. What a keeper. What a game. What a final. But it does look like in these final 9 minutes it will go back to Madrid. They'll retain it. No, they won't. They'll take it back from Man City.
Ball in. It's headed towards goal. And that is a fantastic stop again. Gregor Kobel keeping Dortmund in this one. Dortmund seem to have given up.
Yeah.
And Kobel are trying to get his players going, trying to encourage them.
It was Nacho Fernandez this time.
Brilliant
what
header.
A grab.
Wow.
What a grab.
Gary Weissman, it's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. Love it, Gary. That's what we love to see. Is this going to be the whole song, Gary? I just want to live while I'm alive.
Dortmund have got to go.
Bit of Bon Jovi to.
They need Bon Jovi. Forget Adele. Bon Jovi time. And here's Marco Reus. He's gone backwards. That really ruined the flag.
No, that's a poor pass from Martin. Bellingham, Vinicius should score. Does score. Real Madrid 2, Dortmund 0. It's awful from Martin. No idea what the celebration is from Vinicius, but he's enjoying himself. Real Madrid. Well, it seems that they've won it now.
It's poor. And to be honest, I understand. I feel for Dortmund, right? But this is really shocking. They've crumbled. They've collapsed. They fought well, yes. They played brilliantly for 78 minutes. They conceded, and they've just fallen apart.
Yeah, the heads have dropped.
It's
The belief
really
is gone.
poor. I don't understand it. I don't care what the scoreline is. It's a Champions League final. And Martin, I mean, that's a mix of pressure. That's a mix of giving up. It's a terrible, terrible pass. Terrible pass. Vinicius Jr. gets his goal. I mean, Dortmund, it's unacceptable. It really is. They've been phenomenal tonight, and they've thrown it all away because they've given in. They've given up. Kobel got a hand to it. He's been brilliant tonight. He's unlucky. But Dortmund, I mean, how can you be so good for the majority of the game? You concede a goal and then just completely lose it. And that's what Ancelotti's teams do, is they don't give in. They keep going. When they've been the worst side, when the odds are against them, they find things out of nothing. And then they punish teams for it. And Ian Martin, I mean, that's...
Consoled by Marco Reus there. Daniel Marlon. And just as Dortmund threw on attacking changes, by any chance now a victory seems to have slipped through their fingers.
They've given up. Even if they score now, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah, it's a disappointing way for them to lose, because they have, in my opinion, been the better side, or at least were for 78 minutes of the game. And it's completely changed. That goal goes in, and the belief went, and that's that.
I don't understand. I just don't understand.
I think that says the odds are never against Real Madrid. Exactly that. They're just the inevitable, aren't they, Real? They get it done. That's why they have so many Champions League titles, because they can play absolutely crap for 45 minutes and get away with that.
Kossolu's coming on.
Exactly. They played crap for 45 minutes. Somehow Dortmund didn't score in that first half. They're crap for the first 25 minutes of the second half. Somehow Dortmund didn't score in that period. And then it all comes together for Real at the end. A headed goal and then a goal gifted to them by the opposition. You know, it's not because they were tactically brilliant. It comes from those individuals. It comes from that belief. And, you know, I think the phrase, you make your own luck, rings true so much for Real. Yes,
corner and a mistake.
They play well, but it always does rely on that little bit of fortune there. Nick's big favourite starting, rightly so in the end. Yeah, the big favourites, because it's just that inevitability, isn't there? No matter how well the opposition play, Real somehow find a way.
I mean, obviously you can't blame it all on him, but for Ian Martin tonight, I mean, he gave away the needless corner.
That's not. I know. We can't. That's a mistake.
No, but I don't know.
Not any player does that. You're not taking the risk of the someone behind you.
No, I'm not saying Ian Martin. You know, only Ian Martin does that. But you know, I don't know.
I don't necessarily think it's a mistake, though. You have no idea who's behind you. That ball's being slipped through. You're going to put something on that to put it out for a corner. It's the safest option.
You would kick it forwards. I don't know.
I think that's what he tried. I don't think he tried to kick it back.
There you go, and that's where it was.
You're just trying to get anything on it, though. Stop it from sliding through to someone. I don't know. I just don't think. I think it's very harsh. Have a go then. It's the pass across the pitch that ended up on the second goal. Yeah, that's a big error. But at that point, everyone around him was giving up as well. So I can understand it from his perspective. It's a big error, but he's a young lad playing a Champions League final, who the experienced players around him have already given up in that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm stunned by Dortmund here. I really am. I've never seen a side be so brilliant and fight so hard, and then as soon as they concede, just...
Well, that belief gets suckered out of you because you fought so hard.
No, but you keep going though. The game's they've scored.
There we go, and they've got a goal.
The flag's up though.
Fulkrug.
Or was it? Yeah, the flag.
Now they're checking it. Fulkrug's wigging it with his finger.
Official's been shite as well.
I think the ref realised.
Wow. I mean, it's been given offside, but even if this stands, because Dortmund gave up...
Still got time.
Who's offside here? Yeah, Fulkrug is offside.
Fulkrug is, yeah. It's unfortunate. Wow. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Gutting for Dortmund.
The problem is, it's a hard one because they've only got themselves to blame. They didn't take their chances and then they gave up. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one because they've played so well and you feel for them, but at the end of the day, you've got to score your chances. I know, okay, yeah, Fulkrog won, unlucky, yeah, he did what he could, but, you know, we've seen players go through on goal, we've seen players have efforts that, you know, you can do better with.
Bruno getting on for Jadon Sancho, by the way. Marlon. He's frustrated there because Carvalho's pulling him the whole time. That's got to be a card. The ref's chasing him. I think more chasing Marlon.
Just all night.
I don't know how that's not yellow for Carvalho.
Yeah.
Held them the whole time there.
I mean, Jadon Sancho must be really becoming accustomed to hating Wembley.
I think that Real have come across so unlikable in games like these, where they roll and throw themselves on the floor all game, and then score jammy goals. It's just for us. I think for neutrals, it's just not the team you want to see win because of the way they go about their business. I think Dortmund have been so good this season.
Got a goal tonight.
He could easily have been off the field because he dived after already being on a yellow card.
Not a prick, and got handed a goal.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's another Champions League final winning goal. So
it speaks volumes that they now bring on Eder Militao as a substitute. That's insane. He is a very high quality centre half that has been bent.
Yeah, Joe Jaguar, by the way, making a great comparison, saying similar to into last year, massive underdogs controlled the game for the large majority and then conceded and just crumbled. Yeah, exactly true. Into a much better team in that game, but Lukaku couldn't score any goals.
The Champions League. The problem is,
it's a shame we could have easily seen now 2 years in a row underdog victors in the Champions League final.
Yeah,
but
I have a weird feeling about it because Dortmund, they've been brilliant tonight. But at the end of the day, you have to score. They would have won tonight if they'd taken their chances, but they didn't. And that's why they haven't won. That's why Real Madrid do win, because they do score goals. I don't know. 15 is ridiculous, for the way. 15 titles.
Oh, it's only ridiculous because the next highest is 7 or something like that. 6, 7. More than double anyone else.
On comes Militao.
Absolutely ridiculous levels of success. There's an inevitability about that club. Incredibly well run. They spend all the money, get all the best players in the world, sign the best coaches.
Yeah.
It's smart.
And it's additional time we got. Don't know.
Ball goes forward from Sabitzer, trying to find Jamie Bino Gittins. Camavinga in there, just throws himself on the floor.
Ref had a poor game.
It looked like there was a little contact in there, but not that much.
5 minutes. So when did Dortmund concede? The first one?
70 something.
Have a look.
74th and 83rd.
So they were 74th. They would have had 21 minutes to find an equaliser, and instead they threw in the towel.
I don't know. I think just that belief went.
Yeah,
and again,
that's
not throwing the towel because they didn't believe anymore they could. They didn't. Again, that comes down to coaching. That comes down to experience. The players couldn't motivate themselves. At that point, they were just deflated.
Again, that's a weird. I get they fought so hard, but it's a Champions League final. You should better motivate yourself for the whole game, no matter what the scoreline is.
I understand it though. You'd be so frustrated in that moment and your head will go. And belief and momentum will switch over to Real Madrid because they've just scored a goal.
I guess because you could flip that and go, right, I'm now motivated to go out and find an equaliser to prove that we deserve to win.
Of course, and Real would have done that if they conceded. It's just a matter of that difference in mentality. Dortmund are a smaller side coming into this game with a manager who's never been here before, with the players that have never been here before, and keeping that spirit when you've played so well and conceded in that manner, it's going to be difficult. But yeah, I think Dortmund will. I think they'll be frustrated by that by the result tonight because they played well. Ultimately, it didn't come for them.
Of course, and they knew that the goals they conceded.
There's nothing to blame there. It's just
crap, and the goals they conceded were sloppy, and they didn't take didn't.
Yeah, that's just how football works. Sometimes you can play incredibly and the result not come for you. No, it's not a strange occurrence. It just hurts that so much more when the stakes are so high.
Yeah. I said it earlier, Adeyemi scores 1-on-1, different game. Fulcroft goal goes in, different game. Sabitz's effort goes in, different game. Adeyemi and Fulcroft's other efforts go in, different
Good delivery
game.
from Vinicius there. 2.5 minutes to go.
Long ball looking for Marlon. I mean, the biggest kicker would be Dortmund will score now.
Yeah.
Good game, though. Good game.
What a way to end the domestic season.
Wow, yeah, that is it.
As Vasquez comes on.
Yeah. After a Champions League winning side with Lucas Vasquez and hospital on the beach.
And Vinicius making way. But yeah, that, as I say, end of the domestic season now. We have 2 England games coming up this week. Bosnia on Monday.
Yeah.
It's just 2 days away, so look out for that on Monday. We have Iceland on Friday. Then, of course, we're into the Euros. Every single match covered live here on this channel. So join us for watch-alongs of all of it. And obviously, this Friday, the previews start. We'll be reviewing each group running up to the tournament. And then, of course, the day before the Euros, we'll have our full tournament predictions out. So a lot of Euros content coming here. We switch into international mode. Then we've got one more recording planned that isn't Euros. That'll be out on Wednesday. And then after that, you're not going to hear a word from my mouth that doesn't involve the European Championships in Germany. So look out for that. There's going to be so much content on this channel. I'm very excited for it. We've covered major tournaments in the past. We've never done this many games. We started obviously with the Euros 2020 where we did a couple games there. World Cup 2022 we did a game every day. We're going the extra mile this year. Every single game of every single day of the tournament. Very exciting. But yes.
Can't wait.
Real Madrid
I can't
rounding
wait.
off.
Wait. I'm very excited. It's just the 94th minute of Champions League final.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there we go. There's the advertisement you want, isn't it? Can't wait.
No, it will be good. Ball in.
Ball in, and it's headed away.
Corner.
Out for a corner, and a chance for Dortmund to at least get on the score sheet this evening from this corner.
Need to start getting referee appointments right as well.
I don't think it's an awful game. It's the same things that happen in every game to every referee, though. Real are good at deceiving.
I know, but you
didn't get any big calls wrong. It's not like he's missed penalties.
Stick,
the Mendy one you possibly should have looked at in the early stages.
Stick to the way you're going to referee that, and then don't change it. He started off being soft, and then just started handing out cards for fun.
Yeah.
That'll be it now, right? 95th minute.
Guy says, how many games is that in total? 64? Well, it's 9 per group, isn't it? No, I've done, that's awful. 6 per group.
Wait, lovely note that Ancelotti, even before the final whistle, Ancelotti goes over to talk to Terzic, and that's it.
There we go. Real Madrid, your European champions once again. Champions League winners for 2024. Congratulations to Real. It is a 15th title. Incredible stuff. Kane's off to go and watch the boxing.
Is it actually 64 games?
That's ever. No. 80 in the group stage. No.
80?
No, 18. 36 in the group stage.
Yeah.
So it might be, actually. Because quarters then another 8. 44. No, sorry, round 16 another 8. Quarters another 4. 40, 48. And then what, after that another 3?
51.
51.
Can't ordinary games.
Yeah, because it's a final.
Oh, of course.
There we go. Look at this match genius. I don't think there's a third place first, is there?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
52 then.
Oh.
What?
We've got to watch that.
Well, we can't do every game. We're not doing the third place first because Harry doesn't care. Might be England.
Why don't you do the third row playoffs? I'll do the final.
We'll schedule it that way. 51, I think, says Gary. I didn't think. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think there was
51.
I didn't think there was a third
51
place
streams in 30 days.
Less.
Also, some lady with Ancelotti 5 on the back of her shirt is now getting a kiss from his wife. I'm getting no.
I hope it's his wife.
He's
necking on with a random fan. Either way,
Don Carlos
having fun.
Don Carlos going mental tonight. Madrid players in the stands.
Guys is assuming no third place referee. I don't think there is one. Can't remember the Euros, but there we go. They've won it again.
There is one because England are playing it, didn't we?
No, that was in World Cup.
Oh yeah.
With other players. I don't think there is one. I don't remember there being one last
Hospital
time.
got his kid, and his kid's gone from living in Stoke-on-Trent to living in Madrid and winning Champions League. What a life that child.
He's met both Tony Pulis and Carlo Ancelotti. The two greatest minds of this
And
generation.
that is why you should tune in for every day of the Euros, because only we can end the Champions League final by mentioning Tony Pulis.
Yeah, I think we should call it on that note, Tony Pulis.
Thank you to everyone
perfect
out
way.
tonight. It's brilliant to talk to you all.
Yeah, and this is what we want to see for the Euros. So if you're watching the Euros, which you are because you're all massive football fans, you're not missing it for weddings. What's that? Wedding in June? Cancel it,
Funeral,
mate.
mate.
It's the
Bring
Euros.
it off. Slovakia, Serbia, tune in.
Mate, it's Albania, Italy. I can't possibly miss it.
Georgia, Romania, chuck it on.
Anyway, we will be... Is that in the round of 16, is it? Because they're not in the same group.
Are you not?
No. Romania, Belgium, Slovakia and Ukraine.
I've done my
Georgia
research
and the
wrong.
Portugal.
Random,
Okay. Look out for the previews there, they're great. But that's everything from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we will see you on Monday.